Once again, good morning, everyone. We have with us today CA Vimal Punmiya, who's a very well-known faculty in the areas of taxation. Today's topic is capital gains on transactions of real estate sector, which is, I think, a very burning issue. It happens, the problems are faced by almost everyone. I think it's a apt topic for discussion today. So before we start the meeting, I would request you all to first stand at attention for the Institute motto song and the national anthem.
संदेषु जागृति यैष संदेषु जागृति तावं 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 पुरुषो निर्विमानः निर्विमानः तदेव शुक्रं तदेव शुक्रं अस्मिन् लोकः सर्वे तनुनाद्यैकश्च एतद्वैता 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 एतद्वैता.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Please continue standing for the national anthem. Thank you. Before we start our today's session, I would like to bring to your notice that day before yesterday and yesterday we had our 37th regional conference of WARC and the national conference for students, and both have been concluded with great success. There was also a world record of the largest human mosaic in the world that was done yesterday with more than 5,000 people participating. So congratulations to the team WARC and the Vikasa. Coming to our today's topic, I would like to invite CA Bhavesh Shaji for the introduction of our today's speaker.
Hello. Mr. C.A. Vimal Punmiya is a well-known speaker and practicing CA plus LLB, and he is a 22nd rank holder in Inter CA and 35th rank in Final CA. He is practicing from last 45 years as a proprietor of Vimal Punmiya and Company. He has attached to more than 100 companies, trust firms as an advisor and director, auditor, and trustees. He is a member of standing committee of TDS appointment by Income Tax Department. He is a regular writer in the newspapers like Times of India, Accommodation Times. His resume biodata was very long. I am making it short for the. He is a past president of All India Business Council. He is visited US in 1997 as a legal advisor and exhibition in India Property 1997 as a key speaker of various seminars chaired by High Commissioner of India in USA, held in Chicago, Houston, Dallas, Los Angeles, New York, and New Jersey. Means I propose for him to welcome with a loud applause. I request Kamal Pudari for the memento and flower bouquet to him.
Correct.
फेस टू फेस बात करूंगा ज्यादा करके।
अच्छा ठीक, ये चालू करो। ठीक है, सब
क्योंकि आई कांटेक्ट
ठीक है, तो फिर आपको ये यहाँ पे मैं कैमरे भी शुरू कर देती हूँ। नोट स्टार्ट भी नहीं करना जरा ठीक है।
सबको राइट अप तो भेजा ही आप।
नहीं अभी हमने दिया नहीं, मीटिंग के बाद देंगे। अगर हम इसको पहले वाले पर तो मैं यहाँ पे चालू करूँगी तो हम ठीक ठीक आगे पर कैमरा करेंगे फिर चालू करना।
Friends, good morning. CA Purvi Bagra convener, CPT Singhania coordinator, CJ Vijay Jaiswal deputy convener, CA Bhavesh Shah coordinator, my brother Subhaji Chajed, my nephew Rahul Punmiya and friends. At least next 1.5 hours, we will discuss about the capital gain, assessment of builder. Friends, like last 3 years, everything have changed actually as far as capital gain is concerned and assessment of builder and developer is concerned. And why frequent changes are coming? Because when real estate price has gone up, revenue of income tax department will increase because of the real estate. So they want to increase more and more. I'll just give you an example. What was the price of real estate in 1901? One magazine called Euro Dollar, they've done research 123 years back from USA. They say, what is the future of Bombay? In 1901, bungalows are available in Mumbai at the rate of 25 paisa per square feet. So by paying 250 rupees, one could buy a bungalow of 1000 square feet, that too in the South Mumbai, like Malwa Hill, Ridge Road, Nepean Road, Warden Road, Walkeshwar Road, in that area. They predicted by 1905, price will be 5 rupees. 1910, price will be 10 rupees. 1920, it will be 20 rupees. And accordingly, in 1980, price will be somewhere 1000 rupees. They predicted by 2000, price will be 10,000 rupees per square feet. 2010, 50,000 rupees per square feet, which all majority of us must have seen, in Mumbai particularly. 2020 price will be 1 lakh rupee per square feet, which I have seen at least many flats have taken place, sale at 130, 1,30,000 rupees per square feet, 1,40,000 in Mumbai area near Hanging Garden. Then we did by 2030, price will be 10 lakh rupee per square feet. 2040, it will be 50 lakh rupee per square feet. And 2050, 1 crore rupee per square feet. So if you live in 2050 and they have a flat for 1,000 square feet in South Mumbai, then that will be worth 1,000 crore of rupee. And we can say in some also it will be 500 crore rupee. So when such thing goes up, more and more complication starts. Income tax department also, or road builder, jailer, doctor, they are the limelight, even for the income tax survey, search. And wherever they go, they find 100 crore rupee cash, 200 crore, 500 crore, 1,000 crore, like that. In our country, we have 36,000 Act. But if you want to practice in the real estate, in income tax, at least you are supposed to have some knowledge of 92 Act, which include income tax, stamp duty, registration, development control, DMC, and like list goes on. Transfer of Property Act and such thing. Now, state we are coming to the capital gain. Yeah, because you have a chartered because I will deal with the section, but I will not point out any judgment because the write-up will be given to you for 70 pages, and their all judgments are there. Because you go through each and every judgment, it may not finish, be able to finish it in 6 hours also. So, section 45 says, whenever any transfer take place, transfer of immovable property, when I say immovable property, land, building, all comes. In that situation, if asset is transferred, we are liable to pay capital gain tax. Now, there are certain exceptions to that. In certain situation, even transfer has taken place, we are not liable to pay the tax, but not at the time of transfer, but at the time of subsequent year. Now, what are those areas? If any insurance claim is received because of fire or some accident or something, asset is not there, asset is gone. But even then, we are not liable to pay the tax. We have to pay tax in the year when money is received. Otherwise, the normal transfer, if I sell my flat to, say, Subhashi, for say 5 crore rupee, I have not received a single penny, but I have transferred my flat to him. Stamp duty paid, registration over, I am liable to pay the tax. Money received or not received, that is not relevant. But in case of insurance claim, when I receive the money, I am liable to pay the tax. Stock in trade, of course, is not part of the capital assets, will not be used separately. If government acquires something, Compulsory Acquisition Act. So when government pass a award, property based on the central government or state government or municipal corporation, that day also we are not liable to pay the tax till you receive the money. For example, some property acquired by government. After 2014, 1st January 2014, the compulsory acquisition, whatever money we received, that is completely tax free, which we use separately. But in normal course, when before 2014, when it was taxable, you are liable to pay tax only when you receive the money. For example, you receive part compensation. And after some days, you file case in the court against the government, and they paid me only less amount. And government give you some more compensation after few years. Then that point of time, you are liable to pay. Sometimes you get compensation continuously for 5-6 times in 50 years time or 50 years time. So whenever you receive, you are liable to pay the tax. When you do the joint development, I am the owner of land, somebody else is a builder, there may be some estate agent, there may be some financer, and we make an agreement in order to joint development. And I am an individual and HUF. Then from assessment in 1819, I am not liable to pay tax when I make the development agreement, but I am liable to pay the tax when person give me the flat, my share of area, or whatever money I received in advance, on that also I am liable to pay TDS that point of time, which will be carried forward, and when occupation certificate is received, when building is fit for occupation, building is habitable, I receive the possession from the builder, that point of time I am liable to pay. After we deal in detail, but just pointing out something. Another important amendment, earlier long-term capital gain was for more than 36 months. But now they reduced from assessment in 1890 to 24 months. So any asset having more than 24 months is a long-term capital asset. In case of a land and building, other assets 36 months. Like for example, I am a tenant or tenanted property. That is a capital asset. If I sell to somebody, I'm not going to pay the tax. Section 50C apply, not apply, that will be little later. But in that case also, 36 months has to be completed. That is not part of land and building. It is tenancy right in certain property. Somebody else is the owner of the property. So normal cost 24 months. Whenever there is a long-term capital gain, how we work out? I'm just telling you primary, but we will go detail on certain areas. Sale value is more. Now, for example, sale value, my agreement value is 5 crore rupee. And stamp duty value is 5 crore and 50 lakh. So up to 10% margin is allowed. So I have to take only 5 crore. But in case my stamp duty value is 6 crore, then I have to substitute figure of 6 crore against the 5 crore. Then I have to see my cost of acquisition. For example, I purchased property after 2001, then what will my cost is more? Basic amount paid, stamp duty paid, registration charges paid, brokerage paid, transfer fees paid, all incidental expenditure I have to add to the cost. And then I have to take indexation. In case I purchased property before 2001, then I have to take the market value of 2001. If that figure is higher, because I have option to take the cost only. I purchased property in 91, my cost was 10 lakh rupee. And 2001 value is only 8 lakh rupee, for example. Then I have option to take 10 lakh. But in case normal profit 2001 value will be more than the cost. Therefore, number 20 lakh, then I can take indexation of that. Any expenditure incurred, which is in capital in nature. Capital in nature, I put marble, aluminum window. Such expenditure will be added to the cost. And again will be allowed indexation as per the money I have paid. For example, I book a flat with Raja builder. My agreement value is 4 crore rupee. I paid only 50 lakh token money and installment I paid another 2 crore. Say 2.5 crore is paid. Builder promised me he will give me paisa within 3 years, but he don't give me. And I can't wait. So I sell that property. It will be, if I'm holding for more than 3 years, it will be long-term capital gain. Because I'm not holding the land and building, I'm only right to acquire the land and building. And that situation also, if it is a long-term, then indexation will be there. But indexation, originally there were a number of judgments. If you purchase property on 4 crore, for example, then indexation are allowed on 4 crore. So later on, all judgments have come. In the way I paid the money, 50 lakh, another 30 lakh, 20 lakh, whatever installment I paid, as per that period, I will get the indexation. And rest will be taken as a capital gain. And once we say it is a long-term capital gain, then we are entitled to claim deduction under section 54, 54F, 54EC, those capital gains, which we will deal little later. Now, what is the difference between long-term and short-term? In case of short-term, my income will be added to my normal income. So it will go in the slab of 30, 40, whatever percentage they are including surcharge, sometimes come to 39%, or sometimes in case person follow old system and 43%. In case of long-term, capital gain is 20%. Surcharge is fixed at 15%. It will not increase as per the slab basis. So say 15% or 20% will be 3%. So 23 and when education cess, etc. will be another 4% or 23. So maximum tax in long-term capital gain will be 23.92%. But in short-term, then it is as per the slab basis. Now, friends, we come to state rate deduction under section 54, 54F, because they will be again and again will be coming at various places. So let us deal with that section. What is 54? Because joint development also that section will come. 54 section means if I sell land and building, sorry, if I sell a flat house, bungalow, whatever, residential house, and first I claim my cost indexation. So whatever capital gain is there, that I have to reinvest in the housing, flat or bungalow, whatever, 1 year before the date of sale, 2 years after the date of sale, within 2 years after the date of sale. And if I want to have my own construction, then I can do within 3 years. So that is so whatever profit I invested, for example, I sold a flat for 10 lakh rupees, 10 crore rupees. My original cost I purchased in 2010 for 1 crore. So let us say indexation comes to 2.5 crore. So my gain is 7.5. At the time of sale, I must have paid some brokerage or transfer fees or whatever. I can deduct that. So let us assume the net capital gain is 7 crore rupees. Now I will purchase anything in past 1 year. When I say purchase means purchaser. In income tax point of view, simply making an agreement is not a purchase. I must get a purchaser, and purchaser of a habitable apartment. For example, building is under construction, he gave me 4 walls, that is not purchaser. It should be habitable. There should be kitchen, bathroom, entrance, habitable house. And if I get and purchase anything in last 1 year, whatever money I spend, let us say I spend 5 lakh rupee. So that 5 crore will be deducted out to 7 crore. And balance 2 crore, whatever left over, I can invest 50 lakh in the bond under 54 EC within 6 months, or I pay tax at a rate of 23.92%. What is 54 EC? Say 50 lakh. I have to purchase. I will go into detail little. For whether I can purchase 2 flat or 1 flat, or when I can purchase more than one, all various concepts will come later on. Under 54 EC, I have to invest up to 50 lakh rupee. In case of a sale of land and building, other area is not allowed now, and 50 lakh will be allowed. I have to invest only profit. My money will grow for 5 years. I will earn interest at a rate of 5%, and deduction will be allowed. Whatever interest I will earn on this 50 lakh will be taxable. In normal course, whatever tax is payable, but the 15 lakh what I invested will be exempted. If I have a capital gain of 1 crore, I invested only 40 lakh rupee, for example, 60 lakh will be subject to income tax. Now 54F section, if I sell any capital asset other than the initial house, I sold land, office, shop, jewelry, shares, any tenancy right, any capital asset, and I have no house of my own, then I can invest same 1 year before, 2 years after, if I want to have my own construction within 3 years. And sale proceeds, I will invest not only the profit. Under 54, I want to invest only profit, only capital gain. Cost and indexation I can keep with me. But in case of 54F, I have to invest the whole sale proceeds. If I invested less than that, then pro rata basis I will get a deduction. I invested more than capital gain, then of course there is no question of income tax. Here, very important amendment have taken place. This earlier, I'll give you an example. One of my clients had purchased land in Delhi for 11-acre land at the rate of 100 rupees per acre in 1947, and he paid 1100 rupees. Now, running price was 25 crore rupees per acre. So he sold that land in 2020. He received 275 crore rupees. He purchased a bungalow in Bandra in 275 crore rupees. He was having earlier one house, so this was his second house, and whole profit, same proceeds, because cost was very negligible. In 2000, stamp duty value was hardly 50 lakh per acre. So you are coming to 5.5 acre, 5.5 crore, multiply by 3 and whatever percentage we apply, if you are not doing more than 20 crore. So 255 crore was the taxable gain. He invested 475 crore in buying a bungalow in Bandra. Not a single rupee paid by tax under section 54F. Because he was having only one house, this was second house, wholesale proceeds was invested, no tax. But now law is amended, and law says you cannot invest more than 10 crore, whether it is 54 or 54F. Let us take example. My building got very developed. As on today, I have flat of 1500 square feet. Let us assume that builder will give me area of 2500 square feet. Now what? So I have to work out the capital gain. Under real order also capital gain is liable. But provided you get deduction after 54 and everything. And builder will give me rent of say 5 lakh rupee per month. Till construction goes on for 3 years or 2.5 years or whatever. Plus builder will also give me hardship allowance of say 2 crore rupee. Because for 3 years I have to sit somewhere else. My office timing, children's education, everything will be disturbed. And today I am staying in my own apartment. I have to let out something, go in a rented place. So builder is giving me 2 crore a hardship allowance. Earlier hardship allowance was completely exempted. But now it will be like this: 2.5 crore, 2,500 flat I am going to get. Let us say assume market rate as of today is 1 lakh rupee per square foot. So my flat is worth 25 crore what I am going to get. Now this flat I purchased say in 2 lakh rupee in 1979 or 80. So I can substitute the value of 2001. In 2001, what was the area at that time? 1500 square feet. 1500 square feet, that time assume 20,000 rupees per square feet. So it works out to 3 crore rupee. With indexation, it comes to say roughly 10 crore rupee. I'm getting asset for 25 crore. 10 crore I can deduct. 15 crore is my capital gain. Plus 2 crore I'm getting as hardship allowance. So it will be 17 crore. 10 crore will be free. Then 7 crore I have to pay capital gain tax. So if figure including hardship allowance is less than 10 crore, then of course no problem. But the moment you exceed more than 10, so in case my client who sold 11 acre, his brother is selling now. He is also getting more than 2300 crore rupee. And 300 crore mein, after claiming indexation, etc., he liable to pay tax on 275 crore. But he will able to invest in another house only 10 crore. So out of 310 crore will be out, 290, then pro rata basis, all cost, etc. will come, and he is liable to pay tax of more than 50-60 crore rupee. So that is a major amendment. So all big apartment, it will make a lot of difference. A small apartment, no problem. I said within 3 years you can have your own construction also. So let us tell you, I started one house, bungalow in my Rajasthan, in my hometown. Construction started 15 years back. So going on very slow because of COVID or whatever the reason. I sold something today. I made a capital gain of say for number 50 lakh rupee. And my bungalow will be ready 3 years from date of this sale. It started 15 years back. But if it is completed within 3 years, then whatever amount spent in the last 15 years, and whatever I'm going to spend now, whole amount will be deducted under section 54 or 54F, depending upon case to case. 54 is sale of residential house, 54F is sale of any other than residential house, but capital asset. It can be jewelry, it can be anything. Two, three important point. Whenever I purchase anything more than 30 lakh of rupee, land and building, I have to give my PAN number. Less than 30 lakh, not required. More than 30 lakh, intimation will also go to the assessing officer. So we have to make proper accounting also from where money was paid, what is the source of that money, because you are going to get notice from income tax department, your amount is more than 30 lakh. If amount involved is more than 50 lakh, and when I say 50, for the agreement value is 45 lakh, and the start value is 51 lakh, then I have to deduct 1% TDS. Earlier it was on agreement value, now it is on the stamp duty, agreement value, stamp duty value, or agreement value, whichever is higher. So 1% TDS has to be deducted. For example, I am buying property from a non-resident. Resident to resident, 1% TDS. No surcharge, no execution cess, simple 1%. But for example, I am buying property from a non-resident. Then TDS will be 23.92%. If it is long-term asset. If it is short-term asset, then 30% plus surcharge, whatever percent, what is the value of the property, accordingly we have to work out. And that TDS will be on the sale value, not on the profit. So, but virtually that is wrong principally, because the tax is only on the profit, capital gain, not on the sale value. So then person can apply, non-resident person can apply to the income tax department in form number 13 for lower TDS certificate under section 197. And officer normally grant. Here we have to give calculation. When he purchased the property, what was the source, whether he inherited or out of the foreign remittance he purchased, or he had money in the NRO account and he paid for it, or that time he was an resident. So all explanation has to be given, and then accordingly after indexation, etc., you will work out it. My tax is not 23%, my tax is only 5% or 10%. Then accordingly, officer will give little margin and will give the certificate. Normally, such certificates are issued only for the tax. So whatever tax amount is there, and if somebody gives the certificate, you deduct only this much and not that amount, then we have to add surcharge, you have to add education cess, and accordingly we can deduct. When you deduct anything at the rate of 1% from resident, then we have to pay the next end of the next month. For I deducted money in month of December, 1%. Then I have to pay by 31st of January. But if a person is a non-resident, then I have to pay next month before 7th of the month. Normally, what previous we pay, either we fall in that category. If I deducted only 1%, then I don't have to file any form. The challan itself is a form. We are simply challan and matter X. But in case of a non-resident, then we have to take the 10 number also. And that person who is deducting, he has to take 10 number, and then you have to file quarterly return. When you have 3 months, for example, there is only single transaction in my whole life. Then after 3 months filing a return, I can get the number cancelled also.
Sir, every time TDS is to be deducted when the installment is made.
Yes, when you make the agreement, for example, and I made a sale deed itself, and not received even any money or received part amount, even then I could deduct from the whole amount. If I make a sale deed, if I make agreement for sale, there is a two agreement. One is agreement for sale. Second is a sale deed, agreement of sale. Agreement for sale means it will take place in a future date. It is like engagement. An agreement of sale means a marriage. Then only after that divorce only can take place, nothing happen. But after engagement, before marriage, when agreement can be broken. So it is like that. In case I made a sale deed, received only 10% of the money, but I sale deed means I parted with the possession, person become owner. If tomorrow he don't pay me, I can file only case against him. Property only goes to him. Government record will show everywhere. So in that case, I will deduct on the whole amount. But for example, I made an agreement for sale, like agreement from builder. You pay token amount, then you pay installment of say 5 lakh each. Then as per the money paid, you would TDS and pay to the government.
Sir, in the case of a redevelopment, when I'm just getting extra area for from the builder, how is there a transfer? I'm not selling anything. So is there,
Sorry, repeat again.
in a case of redevelopment, when you said 1500 square feet, I'm getting 2500. I'm not transferring anything to anybody. There should not be any capital gains at that stage.
In case of individual and HUF, capital gain will be in the year when you receive the purchase. Today,
That is, sir, in the case of if I'm selling a land and I have a.
same principle apply here also.
In the case of individual.
Yeah, it is a transfer. Because what happened, let me raise the question. I am going to deal little, but let me tell you this. Up to assessment year 17-18, long months, 4 years of my will go over development. So it was implied that I parted with the possession. Correct? And if builder doesn't give me possession within 3 years, then I'm not compared because it is under construction. So 3 years will be applicable. Now builder has not given me within 3 years. He delayed. Legally, I am liable to pay capital gain tax on that amount. I will not get it is under 54 or 54F, whatever is applicable. But in case, but there are certain judgments. No judgment saying, I have done everything whatever to be done. And builder has not given me the person what I can do. So that situation, the concession was given, we need to fight for it. I will not give. But assessment in 1819 onwards, long terminated. Whether it is redevelopment or like what we say, when a flat is given and I get a flat or I'm owner of a land. So when I explain to you about owner of a land, still this question will be also clear. But there also it is taken, I parted with my possession of 1000 square feet or 1500 square feet.
Case of land and building where I'm giving.
So it's also same system. So I will partner with the person and when he give me the back, but they want happen even he give me after 6 years, no problem. Because my capital gain will be applicable in the end of the 6th year. When I get the property back, and then I have to work out what is the market value of the new flat, what is the market value of the old flat, then indexation, then within 10 crore or more than 10 crore, and then hardly balance what I receive also is to be added. So both are in part. Now let us come to that only, what you say. Joint development. Now joint development, I told you, what was the 6 up to 17-18, what was the law? For a I owner of a land, 1000 square meter. I have a land. Same apply to flat. Principle is same. But let us take example of land only. Joint development land will be there. If I sell outright to somebody and receive say 20 crore rupee, I'm liable to pay capital gain tax with indexes, etc. Whatever we discussed. But I don't want to sell the land as it is. I want to develop myself, but that is not practical. If I want to develop it, I need 30-40 approval from the government, which individual person is impossible. Only professional builder only can take those. So I contact the builder. I tell him I am giving my land to you. You take all the approval, you spend the money, I am not going to spend a single penny, and whatever area you construct, give me 50%, you give 50%. So builder is concerned, for me, saleable area is only 500 meter. What can happen? See, let us say only 5,000 meter, where he construct 20,000 square feet. So he will give me 20,000 square feet area. He will give 20,000. For him, whatever sale proceeds of 20,000 is his sale value. Whatever money he has spent on land to free also. Whatever construction he will do, he will revenue expenditure for him. Whether you follow quotient comparison method or percentage comparison method, accordingly you will pay the tax of the builder. As far as I am concerned, I am entitled for 20,000 square feet. Now, if I am a company or a partnership firm or association of person other than individual and HUF, up to 17-18, individual HUF are also part of that only. So I am to pay tax in the year when I make a joint agreement with the builder. I don't see a single penny. Whether building will really take place or no. Not only if it takes 3 years, 6 years, 9 years, where we have because once you give land to the builder, nothing else will be control. And number of government policies, number type of builder, number of factors come in the picture. Somebody file a suit public interest litigation, somebody say this was reserved for garden, or many things come. But I was liable to pay tax in assessment year 17-18 or earlier year when I make the joint development agreement. Now how to work out? Then that time rule was, if for example, I have parted with 500 square meter land. Now what is the stamp duty value of the 500 square meter land? Let us assume value is 10 crore rupee. Now what I am going to get against that? Remaining 500 belong to me only. It is mine. I don't parted with it. So he is going to make a construction of 20,000 square feet on my 500 land. So what is the construction cost? If you already given tender to somebody, L&T or somebody, then you know the cost. Then we can take that figure. Or otherwise, stamp duty by whatever value is written in the land actor, in the construction cost, we can take that figure. And let us assume that figure comes to 11 crore. Then my sale value will be taken at 11 crore. If that comes to 9 crore, then market value of land is 10 crore. We have parted with the land and got the construction of 20,000 square feet. So 11 or 10, whichever is higher I have to take. So let us assume 11 crore is my sale value. I will take cost of only 500 meter which I sold to the builder. And accordingly indexation, 2001 value, then indexation. So let us assume that figure comes to 6 crore rupee. 11 minus 6, 5 crore. I am liable to pay capital gain tax of 5 crore. In assessment 17-18. I have not received any money. So many times person was forced to take some money from the builder and take lesser area. And for I only pay tax today now. Tomorrow building will not take place, then I will be nowhere. So law is amended for individual and HUF. You are not liable to pay tax when you make a joint development agreement, but you have to pay when building occupation certificate received, builder won over your area of 20,000 square feet, that point of time. But then again, number of controversy started because whenever some amendment come, our ITO always see revenue point of view, we see SEC point of view, litigation starts. And that is the reason we chartered accountant advocate make money. Because whatever collection comes in my office, by doing auditor returns, we get 20% collection. And 80% collection we become because of the litigation. That is the principle. In our office also you will find if you do the analysis of the client, your 20% client paid our 80% fees and 80% client paid 20% fees. So the 80-23 is always there. Maybe when you go to builder, he will say, I take check by 80%. And cash I will take 20%. Many person is working in the company, they don't have cash. So this things goes on. If you go back 30-40 years back, whenever you go to builder, he say, I will take 80% cash and 20% check. So now at least things have come, 30% check will be also there because of the Modi. So redevelopment now, what is the controversy started now? When builder give me 20,000 square feet. But in my view, still whatever tax was payable in assessment of 17-18, same is to be applied. You can't change the figure. But what ITO is doing now, he take market value of 20,000 square feet, including land. What is the flat? Stamp duty ready value of the flat. Earlier, what we are taking construction cost only, not land value. And earlier, what we are taking cost of only 500 square meter. What I have given to the builder, what he done over me is my property. And I still use that is the right view. But department what are they taking? They are taking market value of 20,000 square feet. That is the value. Now, for example, market value of that area 10,000 per square feet. For 20,000, it will come to 20 crore rupee. But again, they are now cost of 100% area of the land. What you are getting 20,000, you are taking a market value. So indirectly, you are partnered with your land to the extent of 100%. So you get cost not only of 500 but 1,000 within the system. And then you are liable to pay the capital gain tax in the year when occupation certificate is received. But only neither is in case you receive the occupation certificate. But before that, I sold something. Then on that part, I have to pay tax first. Once you sold something, you know what is the value. stamp duty value or rector value, agreement value or stamp duty value, with that also we know which one is higher, and total cost we can take, and accordingly we are liable to pay the tax. But whenever we don't sold anything, then when you receive the flat from the builder in end of 4th year or 5th year, 6th year, whatever, that time you have to pay the tax. Sorry, sir. Okay. For example, I tell the builder, you don't give me 50% area, give me only 40%, but give me 10 crore rupee. That amount is also not liable to pay tax that time, but builder will deduct 10% TDS from me, which will be carried forward in my return. When I get my area of the flat 40%, whatever the area, say 16,000 square feet, that time what is the market value of 60% or construction cost, which my view is there. So on that plus I have to add 10 crore at that point of time. And whatever TDS has been deducted at the rate of 10% on 10 crore, that much I will get removed in the year when I show the profit, and balance suppose I have to pay.
Sir, with due respect, in the case of a redevelopment, again, I'm coming back to that. What you are saying is a capital gain. Builder is not giving me anything. The builder which additional FSI which he is giving is belong to me as a member of the society. So can't I take that as a cost also for me? As you are saying from 1,500 to 2,500. So that 1,000 square feet additional builder is not doing from his pocket. That belong to me as a member of the society. So can I not take the cost of that of 2001 or something? Because I don't have to pay capital gains tax.
In my view, but again, you know, in India we have 22 high court. So all high court will be that view. You will like somebody to fight and test. But in my view, they will not be
So
practical.
basically,
They have to capital gain.
because basically if I own the land, and as you said, the builder is giving additional area, so that additional area belongs to me only. He is not giving from out of his pocket.
Then capital gain. That's it. Then we don't have to discuss anything. But anyway, in my view, that what I said.
When I'm saying getting additional area, there is no capital gain. When I'm selling the flat, then there will be a capital.
At present, what is going on in the practice is, I take area of my flat, what I give to builder, indexation of that, what builder is giving me, return that, and balance is the capital gain. If there is less than 10 crore, no tax. And I have to add hardship allowance also to that. Earlier hardship was also exempted. There are a number of decisions of Bombay High Court, Supreme Court, BCCA was the city, you must be knowing very famous case. So, but now after the amendment of 45(5)(a), we are going to add that also in the same value.
Difficulty has become because of the tariff. Earlier, that problem was not there. Now I have to pay sell-out tax when I'm not getting money, anything. I'm just getting additional area where I'm staying. So where do I pay?
But that will also affect very few person actually. Because majority cases it will be 10 crore, less than 10 crore. Majority, I don't know actually, but very few cases, though they will fight and try to test it actually. But generally, when we advise our client, we have to be conservative that point of time. But definitely, one can take a chance. You tell me, many times it happens, they clear cut taxable, but they say it is not taxable. Or many times we feel getting clear cut exempted, they decide getting taxable. So no litigation goes on actually.
Development activity. How many flats I can take?
Means suppose I had a building with 2-3 flats in that building, and I go for a joint development agreement. Then for the section 54, I can purchase number of flats which were there in the earlier building or only one flat.
54 and 54F, really speaking, we can purchase only one flat. Second flat, if cost is less than 2 crore, then second flat is allowed now after amendment. Otherwise, only one flat. But one flat can be of any area. For example, I purchase 4 flats on one floor and remove the wall and make one kitchen, one entrance. Then those will be treated as one flat. In Andhra, I am seen one agree case when person on redevelopment got 7 flat, 1101, 1201, like you know, and put internal lift in the flat. And he said, remain one flat. So that is allowed. Because the section is not one flat, section say one house. House, even one case is allowed when a person purchase 4 flats, one on the second floor, another one on 8th floor, third one 16th floor, and 32 floor. We say, I wanted to buy 4,000 square feet, not available, what I can do, my big family. So I purchased 4 flats on different, it was allowed even. But when you purchase in A building, second in B building, that will not be allowed.
So number of houses which were there in the earlier building.
In which name?
I had land and my building.
Correct. And for that, I don't know how, so then only we get one flat.
तो चार उसमें चार घर थे, फिर बेचने के बाद की how
एक
many?
एक बस वो जब ये प्रॉपर्टी चार नाम पे थी घर में, मेरा भी नाम था, मेरे वाइफ का भी था, बेटे का भी था, बेटे तो then everyone can take one flat. Then joint development agreement में so indirectly 45 also we have discussed. Now another very important एक judgment आया है बलबीर सिंह मायने. Actually क्या हुआ earlier section 247 which talks about the transfer. Somewhere in assessment year 88-89 subclause 5 was added and they say part performance. Part performance that time what we understood was if I sell my land to a builder in ordinary course, I received the money, handed over possession, but registration was not completed. So they say if everything is over, खाली registration pending है, then we have to pay tax as a part performance, and part performance, what is part performance was not defined in Income Tax Act. So we have to go to Transfer of Property Act, 53A of Transfer of Property Act, and that says if seller has done, purchaser has done everything. Everything क्या परचेज को पैसा ले लेगा, पैसा दे देगा, क्या सेलर हैव डन एवरीथिंग, खाली एक्सेप्ट रजिस्ट्रेशन पार्ट. तो दोनों चीज जो लोग रजिस्ट्रिंग लोग या पेइंग स्टैम्प ड्यूटी, दे सिंपली मेक द एग्रीमेंट, मैक्सिमम नोटराइज और साइन और कंपनसेशन देके मिल मना करता. एट एंड ऑफ द डे कन्वेंस आर टेकन प्लेस इन फेवर ऑफ सोसाइटी. So before to assessment year 88-89 that was not liable to pay the tax. 18 and 19 में they amended this clause and as per Transfer of Property Act section 53A they said you are liable to pay the tax. Now 54 talks about the transfer of property act का section 54 से if conveyance is over, everything is over. Part performance comes under 53A. So 2001 amendment was there in Registration Act 1908 and they said even part performance also agreement has to be registered. तो main difference ही 54 और 53A में था, उसमें registration हो गया, इसमें नहीं हो गया, except that nothing was there. So after 2001 controversy come if I am not registered the agreement whether I am liable to pay the tax or not. Safe side you always have to pay the tax. End of the day you are liable. Tomorrow God knows what happened. Today at least you pay the tax and close the matter. But Bambir Singh Mani, a number of other judgments were there from Haryana High Court and Punjab High Court. But now last judgment is from Supreme Court and that say if agreement is not registered, you are not liable to pay the tax. So whole amendment of 88-89 has no meaning that when registration will take place, you are liable. Then again, registration, for example, I made agreement in 2011. Registration take place in 2021. 21 value, stamp duty value is 10 crore rupees. I made agreement of 2011 में 5 crore rupees. Stamp duty I have to pay 10 crore. I told say we will also send a notice. You must sold property for 10 crore to pay the tax. But luckily, the clause is there. If you have received something in advance, allotment letter or part agreement or agreement for sale or some receipt or something is there, then for the purpose of income tax, you can substitute the value of 2011. Yes, stamp duty value of 2011. So my agreement says 5 crore. Stamp duty value of 2011 is 5.5 crore. Within 10% margin, no problem. Even tribunal say up to 15% is allowed. When you go to the tribunal, they normally give limit of 15%. But let us say my difference is 20%. So 6 crore value comes in 2011. And my agreement is only 5 crore. Then I have to pay tax based on the 6 crore and not 11 crore which is today. Or even I feel 6 crore is not correct figure. Stamp duty value, no, they take value of particular area or particular building. A particular building also 400 flat on top floor have different value. Next side they have different value. Front side they have different value. So I can always refer to the ITO. To refer this case to the value sale of income tax department. CPWD का the branch in Piramul Chamber, like everywhere it is there. So if CPWD department value this property, as per the High Court, if they value 5 crore plus 10%, no problem. It will fit in 5 crore. More than, for example, stamp duty value, for example, is say 6 crore. And CPDW officer, the valuation officer, DVO, value at say 7 crore, for example. Then their value will be not adopted. Maximum margin is 6. If we value at 5.5, that will be substituted less than that. And then 10% margin is allowed, so my 5 crore will be accepted. 4 therefore, if you value at 4 crore, is the fair value of that land is 4 crore only. Stamp duty value may say 6 crore. But the 4, then also 4 will be not accepted, 5 will be accepted. So value and value, anything between 5 to 6, in between that value substituted. More than 6 also is to be ignored, more than 5 also is to be ignored. Now here I will tell you one example which will make more clear. One of my client, he was from Bandra, Ferreira, Mr. Ferreira family. They were 7 co-owner. Actually, there were 11 children, 7 brothers, 4 sisters. And father left from property in Malad. Number of illegal occupants have come inside. And they were all occupant only. Nobody was paying the rent. Nobody was tenant. They just simply entered the property, made a jhopatpatti and number of things. My client wanted to sell their property. He tried for 10 years. No buyer was there. But eventually, one person purchased their land for 1 crore 26 lakh. He got 1 crore 26 lakh rupee. He conveyed property to him as his daily basis. Lease was attached. They are 700 occupant. The Stamp Duty department saying to give us the rent receipt of those party, electric bill, ration card, this, that. But all were illegal, so nothing was available. So Stamp Duty department valued the property at 25 crore 98 lakh. My client was so innocent, he was not aware of anything. वो 1 करोड़ 26 लाख लेके जेरोक्स कॉपी एग्रीमेंट का लेके उसके बाद रजिस्टर्ड वो लेके आके चुप करके बैठ गया. मेरे out of 11, 4 doctors said we don't know anything. So 7% left. So money was divided, 1 crore 26 lakh, what was the same party? Somebody invested in bonds, somebody paid tax, and not going on. 6 assessment was also completed the 143 month. 7th case, dispute was there. ITO said, what is the fair value? So we have given copy of the agreement which I have made. So he said, it's registered nahi hai. I called the client, he find out, will say, I have to the builder, and he was not able to get, but ITO was having the agreement. ITO gave him, and this is your agreement, your value is 25 crore 98 lakh. So I want to charge tax to you on 25 crore 98 lakh. Big issue. So he have returned after ITO, sir, he referred this matter to valuation sale of income tax department. So he referred to valuation sale. Meantime, all other 6 cases are also opened under 148. So again, issue has become big. Value that property at 2 crore 98 lakh. He said income tax department, Stamp Duty department may not consider the occupant and tenant because of their illegal person, illegal tenant. But income tax point of view, we have to see what is the same value. So they have considered all 700 illegal occupant and given me rebate and accordingly property was valued at 2 crore 98 lakh. Meantime, I can only pass the order, review the report and not come that point of time. So he assessed at 25 crore 98 lakh. He filed appeal before CIT appeal. CIT appeal say 2 crore 98 lakh. The valuation report binding on the department. Then we file appeal before the tribunal. And first we have decided not to file, pay the tax. So we pay the tax. Department of file appeal before the tribunal. If it should be declared at 2598 and not 298. So then we file crores of tax. Because whenever you file appeal, you have to pay filing fees. Income tax for 10,000 or if income is 1% of the income assessed or 10,000, whichever we have. Whichever you also. And income tax for 250 rupees. But we have decided not to file appeal earlier. When department file appeal, we file crores of tax. So cross objection, we have no CC payable in cross objection. And again, it is like appeal only. Matter came before one judge. He said, SSC said agreement 128, now 26. Stamp Duty said 2598. Livio said 298. He said there is no inconsistent between all the figures. So finally, 126 was accepted and assessment was over. So in case of litigation, chances are there, like sir said just now 2-3 points, but they are very different. So if you fight with the department, chances are there that 90% cases are there, you will succeed. हिंदुस्तान का लॉ ही ऐसा है 100 गुनाहगार छूट गए तो गुनाह नहीं है एक भी गुनाह नहीं फंसना चाहिए ऐसे वो प्रिंसिपल अप्लाई होंगे so in before tribunal even one point you favor you will succeed department succeed hardly 5 to 10% cases and whenever department levy any penalty like 271C or whatever section there are number of sections 2 SS 269 SS 269T thousands of sections are there. Well, sub clauses, of course, sections are only 300, but then you get the clause and sub-clause and subsection and explanation. So accordingly, count it is more than 1500. So there, penalty cases में till department prove your intention was bad, knowingly you have done something wrong, and which department cannot prove it in most of the cases. So 99% cases, penalty non-lady is cancelled. And of course, they are already concerned. What 45(I)(A), capital gain, indexation, what we discussed, what is regarding all landowner or landowner. Now let us go to the other side, builder's point of view. Builder can show even profit today based on the project completion method or percentage completion method. Somewhere in 2002, our institute came with the accounting standard 7. And that time we all got the impression that now project completion method cannot be shown, you have to show only percentage completion method. Many parties have shown like that way, project completion method. ITO disputed, made the addition, finally matter settled, and High Court also said Institute of Chartered Accountant cannot say how to compute the income. For that purpose, Income Tax Act is there. Institute can give guidelines how to maintain accounts. So accordingly, all orders were cancelled, and finally it was considered that SSC can follow any system. Project completion method means when occupancy certificate is received. When flats are sold, you are liable to pay the tax. Let us say I am a builder, I constructed 100 flats. I sold only 50 flats. Received advances from time to time. Let us say I received 50 crore rupees as advances. I sold it by balance sheet and a liability side advance against the sale. Not offered anything in the profit loss account. And whatever amount I spent, I sold only work in progress. Let us say I spent my sale value of 100 flat is 100 crore. And the total cost of construction of 100 flat is 8 crore. Now my OC is received. So I'm supposed to hand over possession to 50 parties who already purchased the flat. I handed over to them. When the OC received what was my position, I sold only 50 flat. 50 is still lying in my stock. So what is the value of 50 crore? 50 flats sold, 50 crore. 80 crore is my cost for 100 flat. So 40 crore will be cost 50%. So 10%, 10 crore I have to pay tax in that year. Still my stock will show 40 crore. Whenever I sell, maybe 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, accordingly I will paying the tax. In case of a project completion method. But many times it happens that project completion method, I can dispute. Now SSC also wants to take a loan from the bank. Bank will say, आपका प्रॉफिट ही नहीं है, कुछ भी हम लोन कैसा देगा? Or there may be 4 or 5 partners for different branches. So today, for example, profit is there, everyone will distribute, nobody will pay the tax. And when finally end of the project is completed, you will be liable to pay the income tax. And that time 3 partners may disappear. So person who is going responsible partner, he has to pay the tax. So also going to whatever profit is there, better to pay the tax. Then what is percentage completion method? Percentage completion method also is not defined in Income Tax Act. So whatever businessman is said, that is the percentage system. If you want to show 5% of the turnover, 10% of the sale taken place, or 7% of the amount received, or 6% of the work completed, whatever you want to show, you can follow. But when project is completed, then here whatever difference you are supposed to pay. So that known is a percentage completion method. Many percentage shifted, but many are showing only project completion method. When outside is not involved, if tax which I have to pay in the end of the 4th year, I pay now. I don't borrow from the bank, for example. So I will follow project completion method. Then what happened? Controversy started when Income Tax Department came with their own accounting standard, ICDS. So ICDS deal with the construction activity. And there also they say the project completion method is out now. You have to follow percentage completion method. Then many presentations were made to the government, even Maharashtra Chamber of Housing Industry, they say we already have started the project in 2013. Now 2016 you say my project is not completed. It will take 7 years. Big project, big land, 700 acre, 200 acre. So now how we can sit and suddenly liability of 4 years will come. Then what can be the circular? Then okay, person who already started construction up to 2016 before the amendment, no person can continue project completion method. So big relief was there. Then again they say this is not right system. I myself don't know, the price goes down. Future then we will loss in the project. Why I pay tax? Then government, Central Board of Direct Taxes, on recommendation of Institute of Chartered Accountant and various other bodies, Maharashtra Chamber of Industry, Credit Bodies, all, and they withdrawn that ICDS 3. Other ICDS are binding up to 10. But ICDS 3 has been withdrawn by the government, and they say we'll take the public opinion, we'll discuss, and then we bring that. So now 2017 में तो withdraw with retrospective effect of 2016, but now 2000 we are in 2023 end, but no ICDS have come. So as on today, builder can show whatever way he want the profit, percentage compression method or project compression method, and again percentage if you want to follow, you can follow anything whatever is. Everything is right, but even when the project completed, you have to offer the difference whatever is there. Then you can refer all the judgment which I will not bother you just now. Now from next topic we take provision relating to section 50C, 43CA and 56(2)(10). They are all interconnected. If I sell the capital asset, then section 53C come. If I am a builder and sell the flat, then 43CA come. And purchaser's point of view, 56(2)(10) come. 50C started from assessment at 3-4. 43CA come from assessment at 14-15. And 56(2)(10) come from assessment at 17-18. Now what is 50C? Partly we already discussed. For example, I sell my flat for 5 crore, stamp duty value is 6 crore, then I'm liable to pay tax on the 6 crore. If I don't agree, I request them to refer to valuation sale or give my minus point, and whatever value will do the value, we have already discussed, to say we will apply for 50C is concerned. Again, the builder sell the flat, so builder is stock in trade, 50C relating to the capital gain. So, and 56(2)(10) again come with the other sources. So, builder by 50C will not apply. Earlier, builder used to sell for less than the market value, that was also allowed. Then 14-15 onward, they say if builder also sell less than the agreement value, then it will be taken as a higher figure, stamp duty value. Of course, earlier 5%, 10% margin was there. Of assessment year 19-20, they made a margin of 5%. 21-22 onward, they say 10%. But in at least in appeal, it is 15% allowed. In COVID period for certain 1 year or so, they made 20% also. If agreement value is less than 2 crore, and person buy for the first time. But as of today, we can say with a confidence that 10% is the allowed. Same principle, DBO, and what DBO will do, that is the value. Now what is 56(2)(10)? 56(2)(10) say for I purchase the flat from a builder. I purchase for 5 crore. Stamp duty value is 6 crore. Then 1 crore is to be added to my income under 56(2)(10). Then after the exceptions are there, if transaction is between the relative to relative, they say blood relation testimony category is given, then it is accepted. If we receive something at a time of, there's no exemption, whatever is the gift we receive at the time of wedding. If somebody give you a flat at a time of wedding, and then it is exempted even if not your relative. Or those exceptions are there. Otherwise, 56(2)(10), 43CA, and then also, if you file with the department, because what happens, for example, DBO also value the same thing. They need to study the DBO report and find out what are the minus points. If flat on higher floor, then you can always say the flat is higher floor, I have to keep my window closed. If the ground floor or basement, they say no hand is coming. Front side, you can say, sir, completely traffic, I'm not able to sleep even. Back side, say, I cannot see the view. So this, you take out 15-20 points, easily will be available. And for each point, if you go to the valuation book of any author of the valuation, like Nanavati or some senior person, you will find each percentage, so each point, some percentage is it. At the end of the day, if you count all the percentage, your figure will become to minus even. Even actually, I will tell you, I'm an individual. I sell individual flat for example to somebody. Value will be normal. But for example, seller are 3, rebate of 5%. If there are 7 seller on one plot, rebate of the 10%. But one has to negotiate with the 7th party, which is not that simple. So when we do study properly, because once value also value went higher figure, then our agreement value, but definitely lower than the stamp value, then you have to fight it out. Or then you have to balance it. Now mitigation is little costly, not that simple. So we have to balance it out and accordingly we have to proceed. Basic thing like more than 50,000 only will be added on 50C, वो मैं आपको नहीं करता हूँ, that you know. Here also same thing, agreement was executed for example in 2014, registration taken place in 2018. then I have to take out value of 18 for stamp duty point of view, 18 value. But for income tax point of view, I have to take out the 14 value. So 14 value for the fifth is my income value. Many times it happens. Personally made that token money payment to builder in 2011. Final building completed in 2021. He registered in 21 after 10 years. Now his agreement was 1.5 crore. Today value is 3 crore. So you to go back there, the income tax point of view, when the first amount is paid, later allotment is returned, or money again money has to be paid by check. There is a very good case actually. One person earlier definition was you have to pay any amount other than cash. There was the body. So some person have shown I received the 10 guilty of gold in the consideration, which is not cash, other than cash. Court have allowed, but the law are limited. They said no, it should be account pay cross check, electronic transfer. Then those things are allowed. So one has first money if paid by check, then the value is reached. Cash entry is not allowed. Normally in penny stock, you know what happened? Person paid 5,000 rupees. He purchased certain shares. The person not even paid 5,000 rupees. He earned brokerage from the broker 5,000 rupees. The broker has not paid him, but given him some shares against 5,000 of that day. Now those shares are later on lying with the broker only. After 12 months, before sale, before 12 months is completed, he transferred to demat and sell the shares. And original cost of 5,000, he received 500 rupees. And under long-term capital gain, 1038, we say it is exempted, not liable to tax. And thousands of cases have come. And the tribunal may again, Subhaji will agree. 50% judges allow the appeal, 50% judges not allow the appeal. And litigation goes on and on. So here, very clearly say, payment should be made by account pay cross check. अगर आपने कैश में कितना भी पैसा दे दिया है, नहीं चलेगा. Then we come to exemption under 54, 54F, which you already discussed, but I will tell you little judgments, very interesting judgment. So that will clear many of our doubts. Like, you know, release deed may also be treated as a purchase. For example, I purchase one flat jointly with Subhaji. Either I release in his favor, he releases in my favor. So we make a simple release deed. And we say we have released नहीं हमने transfer किधर किया है. But that also is a one type of transfer only. Earlier I was 50% owner of the flat. I give my 50% right to him. So that also will be taken as a transfer, and accordingly whatever capital gain or whatever discussed will be applicable there also. Then house include part of a house. Now for example, my wife, me and my son, we are the owner of one property. We all are one. I made certain capital gain. I want to purchase 10% right from my son. Is that all? My right will increase by 10%, his right will go down by 10%. I purchase from my wife, fine, no problem. So such part of the sale is also permitted for the claiming deduction under section 54 or 54F.
Sir,
And
you talked about release deed. See, the family other sisters are there. If somebody has got the property and the billing was not there, the settlement took place. And the sister said, I don't want any interest in this. So when there, she always release deed has to be clear that she is releasing her right to property. Even in such cases also the.
no, correct. Actually, what happened? That release did happen because of the family settlement. Now, in family settlement, what happened? For example, we are 4 brothers. I am in Bombay, my other brother in Calcutta, third in Bangalore, fourth in Madras. Or fifth maybe in Rajasthan. We are all. Now, flat where I am staying belong to my brother. Jewelry my wife has belong to my mother. My brother who is in Calcutta, that belong to me. And then wherever one son earlier property was purchased. So we make a family settlement deal. Now, if you make a family settlement deal, then that attracts stamp duty of 2%. And one share is free. That is, for example, we have 4 brothers. Total wealth is 10 crore rupees. And each brother get on an average 2 crore, 2.5 crore, 3 crore, depending upon flat to flat. Highest one share. For the I got 3 crore, for example. My other brother got less than 3 crore. So my 3 crore will be free, tax free. Stamp duty point of view, it is free. And remaining whatever value is there, say 7 crore. So 2% stamp duty is applicable in case we make a deed of settlement or family settlement deed. Now, how to avoid income tax? Of course, is no problem. Income tax is exempted. Family settlement income tax is not applicable. In my note also I have given number of judgment. But for example, I make a oral arrangement today कि भाई ये फ्लैट इसका हो गया, ये इसका हो गया, इंफॉर्मेशन इसका हो गया, माँ का ज्वेलरी मेरे पास रहेगा, मेरा वाइफ का भाई के पास पड़ा है, वो ही ओनर, एंड वी मेक whatever we family member agree. There should be family member first. Any other person can come also in the range of family settlement, provided he also relating to your family, like sister children, uncle children, they are also part of the family, and legally they are not entitled, but we want to give them also, that also is allowed. But in that situation, if I make arrangement today, say yesterday we have decided who will get what, orally, no writing. Today I make arrangement, recording of the oral family arrangement, then no stamp duty. We can go on 500 rupees stamp paper, which is normally, stamp, no, you can go on plain paper also, but normally something on stamp paper person feel, oh, अच्छा हो गया. Yesterday मैं bill, मैंने बताया कि ऑर्डर नहीं करो plain paper. बोला नहीं, हमको तो बेटा बोलता है मेरे को तो स्टाम्प पेपर पे ही चाहिए. और मेरे को स्टाम्प पेपर का कोई वैल्यू नहीं है, बिल कैन बी पेड ऑन प्लेन पेपर ओनली. पर बोलता नहीं अंकल, फिर स्टाम्प में किया गुनाह है क्या? मतलब गुनाह तो नहीं है, दैट विल आल्सो टेकन एज प्लेन पेपर. सो इफ यू फील मोर कंफर्टेबल कि भी स्टाम्प पेपर पे हो गया. सो second day, recording of the oral family arrangement, we can make on 500 rupees stamp paper and no stamp duty is applicable. Now, release deed, what happened? That is a incidental to the family settlement deed. Basically, release deed या gift deed, whatever we call, already treated as a gift. और gift के हिसाब से आपको वापस stamp duty लगेगा. Because that stamp duty is concerned, stamp duty act में, they have schedule A. Schedule A talks about 61 type of document. If your document falls in the 61 category, you are liable to pay the stamp duty. If your document is outside 61, you are not liable. So as far as release is concerned, that is one entry is there for that. Article 5 it is covered. Or you can say they give it, so the gift to it is covered. Now then you have to go on that detail, a gift is between who? Now for example, my father is giving to me, then only 500 rupees. Now of course the 1% they charge a metro tax, but then you have temporary in metro work is over. But now stamp duty as such is only 500 rupees. If I give to my brother 3% stamp duty, now including that it comes to 4%. But if I give to my cousin, the stamp duty by concession will given only as per the stamp schedule of the Stamp Act. But give to my cousin, then stamp duty will be 5% plus 1% that this metro tax. So really they will attract the stamp duty. But income tax point of view, if it comes from the family settlement, no income tax.
Is that family settlement agreement is must for creating the relationship? You mean to say?
Actually, recording of oral family arrangement should be there.
If person is not legally entitled,
हाँ.
there is a will.
But he अभी के साथ बोला है.
In that case, just for convenience, because
नहीं वो तो आपने बात ही चेंज कर दिया. बिल के हिसाब से तो स्टाम्प ड्यूटी भी नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं है. वो खाली 200 रुपए के स्टाम्प पेपर पे आपका रिलीज डीड बनेगा, 100 रुपए उसका रजिस्ट्रेशन फीस एंड मैटर होगा. रिलीज में नो टैक्सेशन. बिल के हिसाब से दिया है. जो मेरा डेथ के टाइम पे मेक इट बिल, whatever I give to anyone, no income tax, no stamp duty, nothing.
No will, there is a, according to the succession act, the person is entitled.
Entitled, but also the legally I entitled. If they reduce succession act, for in case of my death, who is entitled? My wife, my son, my daughter, and my mother. They will get equally.
One of them says, I don't know anything. One of the.
हाँ, but who religion in favor of the हाँ 200 रुपया, 200 रुपये स्टाम्प पेपर.
Taxation part.
इसलिए बिल के हिसाब से टैक्स तो है ही नहीं वो तरीका.
I'm sorry, not the.
इंडियन टैक्स में टैक्स नहीं है सर. हाँ, नो टैक्स. इंडियन टैक्स में कोई टैक्स ही नहीं है. अब आपने टॉपिक लिया, मैं आपको बता देता हूँ, जस्ट एक बात ही छिड़ गया. तो मैंने बिल नहीं बनाया, अजूकर मेरा डेथ हो गया, तो व्हाट इज द लॉ? वाइफ, मदर, सन, डॉटर. तो मेरे 2 बच्चे हैं तो 2 गिना जाएगा. Let us assume I have 2 wives. 2 हमें लॉ नहीं है 1956 के बाद, बट 1956 के पहले था, और मैं अभी भी जिंदा हूँ. मैं 98 का हूँ, मेरा 2 वाइफ आज भी जिंदा है. तो दोनों वाइफ का एक ही शेयर होगा. Then they have to fight with each other. They have to say among them. Let us say that there is a girl in my life. And now a living relationship और सब चालू हो गया है. But I am not got married to that girl. Then lady will not get anything. Let us assume I got married second time. And that new lady had come with one child from her first marriage. That child also have no right in my property. If I adopt him, then differently. तो मेरे यहाँ पे बहुत एक इंटरेस्टिंग केस आ गया था बीच में. अभी टॉपिक थोड़ा चेंज हो रहा है, तो बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग है. विल का अच्छा टॉपिक है. एक बहुत बड़ा पार्टी था पूना का. He had wealth of 1 lakh crore रुपए. वो इंडिविजुअल में, और इक्वल अमाउंट बांट दे. वेरी रिच पर्सन. Now, everyone knows, but I will not tell the name. Now, when he becomes 75-year-old and he got certain disease, उसको लगा मेरा end आ गया है. Now he no longer want to disclose to everyone. अच्छा, he had one wife first, 3 बच्चियां थी उसकी लड़कियां, all married, well settled, everything over, and one boy is there who looking after the business. When he was young, he had a relationship with the secretary, and end of the day he started staying with the secretary. और उसके सेक्रेटरी बंगलो में गया था तो उसका इतना बड़ा बंगलो, मेरी लाइफ में इतना अच्छा मकान नहीं देखा है. और फर्स्ट टाइम मैंने सोने की थाली में खाना है, मतलब सच लेवल, हाई लेवल. और एक साइड में अपने बादशाह का जो बैठने का जैसा होता है वैसा बना है, एक में राजा महाराजा जैसा बना है, बंगलो में 4 साइड में 4 कॉर्नर में 4 वो गुंबद बना के ऐसा किया कि मतलब अफलातून था. तो he made Frank patiently returned in handwriting. And he made a fair proposition. He said, my 3 daughters are well settled, married, so I don't want to provide anything. I want to give 50% to my son and 50% to this daughter. और 50-50 करके उससे साइन करके हर पेज को साइन किया. मतलब whatever, अब इतना बड़ा कैसे बना होगा तो must be knowing everything. One day passed away. After 12 days, he was open में देखा एक गलती निकला, 2 विटनेस का साइन नहीं लिया उसने. He has signed in each and every page. Now what will happen? Now विटनेस का साइन नहीं लिया. It is like no paper, have no value. Had somebody informed him, some legal error have come to know about before his death or after death also, they could have taken two signature. But now it open. 5 chartered accountant, 5 advocate of Fleming were there, he was open, nothing is there. So now it will be applicable Hindu Succession Act. Now Hindu Succession Act में क्या होगा? उसकी first wife का death हो गया है. So 3 daughters are there, 1 son is there, so they are 4 person. इसकी मदर की डेथ हो चुकी है. Second lady जिसके साथ रहते थे, not married, so I'm not entitled for anything. The राजेश खन्ना का केस तो आपको मालूम होगा, famous केस था. And second, this daughter is his daughter, तो उसका हक है पूरा. So where she was getting 50%, now she will get only 20%. So it will be divided in 5 parts. So she will get only 20%. So 30,000 crore का तो loss हो गया, बड़ा loss. I will debate it only. Then the loss made him know. Otherwise तो उसको उतना problem नहीं हो गया हमारा. Then the second problem क्या हो गया कि earlier she was in a position to dictate 50% मेरा है 50 आपका है. Now she is 20%. वो आज 80% में. So position down हो गया. What she want the brother don't want to give. And number of other questions have come कि भाई ये ज्वेलरी को भी कॉमन ग्रुप में रखो, इसको भी इधर रखो, उसको भी उधर रखो. This lady was not agree to bring her jewelry in the public. So that way finally now, so Hindu Succession Act में लिविंग रिलेशनशिप में उसका कोई हक नहीं है जब तक उससे आप शादी करके नहीं बैठते. मैं फिर अपने टॉपिक पे आ जाएगा वापस. Additional floor of the existing house. For example, मैंने कैपिटल गेन किया. I already have a house. I want to put another floor on that. Yes, permitted, no problem. I don't have to buy another house only. Old को भी मैं कर सकता हूँ. No exemption under section 54 if land only is sold. I sold land in Pune, for example. And I want to invest in another house. So what section will be 54 में तो क्या है, मेरे पास 100 property I have. I can buy 101. But under 54F, if I have 1 property, I can buy second. If I have none, I can buy 1. If I already have 2 property, I cannot buy 3. So वो बहुत important है वहाँ पे. So if I sold the land and already have 2 apartments in Bombay, 2 flats, one maybe in Bombay, one in Rajasthan. Then 54 में, if I sold the land, I have no option to buy the property. I have to either pay the tax or 50 lakh. Come on, sorry, आप using.
Sir, दो प्रॉपर्टी है लेकिन दोनों joint नाम पे है.
हाँ, normally earlier 6 months back, joint property was also taken as an independent property. मेरे को कुछ right भी है, मेरा property था. But recently 2-3 judgment Supreme Court के आ गए कि if you have joint property, that is to be removed. But हिंदुस्तान में क्या है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट में टाइम टू टाइम चेंज करती है व्यू अपना. पेनल्टी का केस तो बहुत यूनिक एग्जांपल है. अर्लियर जजमेंट हैव कम फ्रॉम सुप्रीम कोर्ट इन 2013, maybe 18, sorry, 2008. That said till department proves the intention, this, that, all, no penalty. उसके बाद एक धर्मेंद्र टेक्सटाइल का जजमेंट आ गया सुप्रीम कोर्ट का कि वन देयर इज डिफरेंस बिटवीन रिटर्न इनकम एंड असेट्स इनकम, ऑटोमेटिकली पेनल्टी है. The Reliance इंडस्ट्री का जजमेंट बाद में आ गया कि if you declared in the return, for example मैंने लोन बैलेंस शीट में दिखाया है 5 करोड़ का, And later on, ITO has not accepted that law. But I have not concealed anything. He found for my balance sheet only, then no penalty. So ये तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट का भी अभी नॉर्मली पहले क्या होता था, बॉम्बे हाई कोर्ट आ गया, जिसे ओके फाइनल थिंग सेटल, बॉम्बे में बाइटिंग है, गुजरात हाई कोर्ट अगेंस्ट में चला गया, अब तो फर्क नहीं पड़ता था. बॉम्बे हाई कोर्ट का जजमेंट नहीं है, गुजरात मेरे फेवर में, कलकत्ता मेरे अगेंस्ट में, देन ऑल्सो गुजरात विल अप्लाई टू बॉम्बे. सिमिलर वे सुप्रीम कोर्ट इज सुप्रीम बाइंडिंग एवरीवेयर, और सुप्रीम कोर्ट भी 6 महीने बाद दूसरा जजमेंट दे देगी, वी डोंट नो. तो आपका सो ये तो हिंदुस्तान में अगर रहेगा जैसा रहना ही पड़ेगा सर, नथिंग इज श्योर. अगर लॉ भी अमेंडमेंट होता है विद रेट्रोस्पेक्टिव इफेक्ट, टू गिव यू सम ट्रेनिंग, आपको लगेगा एकदम सेटल हो गया. और पर्टिकुलर सेक्शन 35 सेक्शन 80 एवरी ईयर 10-20 अमेंडमेंट तो सर भी एग्री करेंगे, 10-20 अमेंडमेंट होता ही है मेरा. अगर उसके लिए बजट का मीटिंग करते हैं, अपन लंबा चौड़ा डिस्कशन करते हैं, और अगले साल में उसका रिवर्स डिस्कशन करते हैं वापस. तो दैट इज पार्ट ऑफ लाइफ सर.
Before I have to, you can invest in the second house only up to 7 crore.
Yes.
If you purchase it for 15 crore, then it proportionately will.
Correct.
If you own that house, then it will be out.
Sorry?
If you own 2 houses,
then 54 is out. Then 54, yes. 54 पे 50 दो तो चलेगा.
Sir, land in Pune, excuse me, sir, land in Pune, agricultural land in Pune. Hello?
आइए ठाकुर साहब, उधर चेंज नहीं तो आइए सर.
So, agricultural land in Pune, purchase agricultural land in Thana.
चलेगा. अब मैं ये आ रहा हूँ. कंपल्सरी एक्विजिशन एग्रीकल्चर नहीं, दोनों में खत्म करते हैं इसको. परचेज ऑफ लिमिटेड इंटरेस्ट इन हाउस प्रॉपर्टी ऑलरेडी डिस्कस किया, पार्ट ऑफ हाउस वी कैन परचेज. कंस्ट्रक्शन इन अनदर प्रॉपर्टी नॉट एलिजिबल. अभी समझो मेरा वाइफ का एक प्लॉट है गुना में, मैंने कैपिटल गेन किया, प्लॉट में गिवन बाय मी टू हर एज अ गिफ्ट, but I construct bungalow in that plot, I will not get it. But I purchase another bungalow, I pay for it today. Purchase in name of my wife. Hello. देखो लाइन कितना थिन है. मेरा ही प्लान था, मैंने वाइफ को गिफ्ट किया, her land is there, I want to construct there. No deduction is allowed. Because I must construct in my land. मैं नया खरीदूंगा, उससे कंस्ट्रक्ट करूंगा, चलेगा. पर मैंने दूसरा बंगलो ही परचेज किया मेरी डॉटर के नाम पे, वाइफ के नाम पे, मेरा नाम ही नहीं होगा, देन आल्सो आई विल गेट द डिटेल्स.
then how it becomes your land? If you buy in your wife's name,
वो भी तक बहुत सारी जरूरत है, मैं इसमें चले पांच छह तो. बिकॉज़ नॉर्मली होता है मेरा नाम होना चाहिए होगा, नॉर्मल कोर्स में मेरा नाम होना चाहिए, तो मेरा नाम नहीं है, खाली मेरे वाइफ का ही नाम है, या मेरे डॉटर का नाम है, या डॉटर इन लॉ का नाम है. कोर्ट ने बोला है कि इनको कस्टमरी है लेडीज के नाम पे जगह लेने का. अब लेडीज का प्लॉट ऑलरेडी है, उसमें मैं बंगलो कर दे रहा. हाँ, अब देखिए लॉ क्या करेगा सर. देखो नहीं, लॉ तो जो है वो है, वी कैन डू वी कैन इंटरप्रेट कर सकते हैं कि क्यों है, क्या है, कैसा है.
क्यों लेवल पे क्लियर नहीं होगा.
क्या चीज
क्यों लेवल पे
नहीं हो जाएगा सर, क्लियर है. आईटो लेवल में डिपेंड, अब आईटो कौन है, अब तो फेस टेस्ट में क्या होगा, सबसे अच्छी बात, आउट ऑफ 400 केस 1 स्कूटर आता है, पहले 100 में 5 आ जाते हैं. सो चांसेस आर देयर. मेरे ऑफिस में तो 80 करोड़ 90 करोड़ के ट्रांजैक्शन हुआ, स्कूटर में आएगा, हो गया एक्सेप्टेड, जबकि अब तो शोर आएगा ही नहीं, पर नहीं है. सो मतलब अभी मोदी जी है तो अभी लिटिगेशन कम हो रहा है. मतलब छात्र साहब जो पेंडिंग में आते थे 30 केस होते थे, और 20 में इनका नंबर होता था 28, तो लेकिन अभी क्या हो गया, 4 केस ट्रिब्यूनल में फिक्स, और 2 एग्जाम में होता है, पेमेंट भी चालू लग जाता है. तो टाइम विल चेंज कंप्लीटली. मेरे को तो लगता है नंबर ऑफ बेंचेस, नंबर ऑफ कमिश्नर अपील भी कम करना पड़ेगा. अपील नहीं होगा, आई यूज्ड टू फाइल मोर देन 200 अपील, वैसे तो 500 करते होंगे, लेकिन अभी हमारे ऑफिस में 25-30 अपील होता है पूरे साल में. सो थिंग्स आर इंप्रूविंग, बिजनेस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू थिंग्स आर इंप्रूविंग. और सीए पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू इश्यू तो नए नए रिव्यू लेके आएंगे अपने लिए तरह का. कंस्ट्रक्शन इन अदर प्रॉपर्टी ऑलरेडी मैं बताइए आपको. द हाउस ऑफ द फर्म यूज्ड फॉर पार्टनर, वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग केस. फर्म आर द ओनर ऑफ द प्रॉपर्टी. फर्म गिवन टू पार्टनर्स. अब तो उधर भी सेक्शन आ गया है, तो उधर भी टैक्स भी की बात कर रहे थे, प्रॉपर्टी में टैक्स ऑन डॉक्टर 23-24, तो एसेट आर डिवाइडेड टू पार्टनर्स. करेक्ट. पार्टनर्स सोल्ड विद इन 6 मंथ, तो फर्म ने पेड टैक्स बेस्ड ऑन द स्टैम्प ड्यूटी वैल्यू, पर मार्केट वैल्यू इज मच हायर देन द स्टैम्प ड्यूटी वैल्यू. बिकॉज़ आप जाएंगे जनरली बाजार में, स्टैम्प ड्यूटी वैल्यू ऑफ 1 शॉप विल कम 25 लाख रुपए, but the same shop is available for 3 crore or 4 crore रुपए. So market value was much higher. So partners sold their property individually, whatever share of part they had, and received a substantial money, and they invested under section 54 because the house or commercial over the 54F. ITO said the partner after receiving from the firm was holding only for 6 months, so this short-term capital gain. Tribunal said no. Firm is not a legal entity like a company. So whatever firm was holding period was treated as a partner holding also. So partner was holding for more than 10 years. Firm may purchase 10 years back. And direction was allowed. When we both purchase and construction, I made a capital gain of 5 crore rupee. I purchased gold 1.2 crore. Spent another say 3 crore on the construction of that flat. Earlier it was ground floor, I made ground floor 3. All will be allowed as a under section 54 or 54F. Construction can start before the sale of assets. Construction, I told you, my bungalow was started 15 years back. I make capital gain now, and my bungalow over within 3 years. I will get it. And if you only over first and then I say there was a 1 year period there, 1 year before, 2 years after, and 3 years that way. Allotment of a flat on DDI, actually the same thing. They give judgment of the Building Development Authority. But let us take example. We 10 chartered accountants come together. And we want to do one building for our own use. So what we do? We form a society first. Everyone gives a 5,000 rupee. Society is formed, say ABC society. Bank account open. And we allot sales to all 10 members. So 50 by 500, 1,000 rupees, whatever depends. Then we purchase a land. So say another 50 lakh is required. We all 10% contributed, purchase the land. Then we give a contact to some contractor. वो तो बिल्डिंग बना है इसको 20 फ्लैट बना ले 10 फ्लैट तेरा ले रखी कंस्ट्रक्शन कॉस्ट में चक्कर में और 10 लोन दे देना now he constructed so let us say society was formed in 2016 sale allotted in 2016 plot purchase in 2017 builder constructed in 2018 and they give me possession of the flat in 2019 so 18 में occupation आ गया 19 में flat आ गया now I want to sell that flat. तो 2019 में मैंने फ्लैट रेट होने के 6 महीने का रेंट दिया लॉन्ग टर्म और शॉर्ट टर्म ऑक्यूपेशन के बाद में 6 मंथ रखा है बट व्हाट आई सोल्ड इट इज सोसाइटी शेयर्स ऑफ द कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी एंड बिकॉज़ ऑफ दैट दे राइट टू यूज एंड ऑक्यूपाई द प्रॉपर्टी सो सोसाइटी बना था 2016 में मैंने बेचा 2019 में मोर देन 2 इयर्स अभी जो के साथ रोड पर 3 साल का था मोर देन 3 इयर्स सो इट और उसमें दिल्ली गवर्नमेंट अथॉरिटी के बहुत सारे हैं लेट अस से आई बाय फ्लैट फ्रॉम अ बिल्डर एग्रीमेंट मैंने बिल्डर से किया राजा बिल्डर से बोलता 18 उससे बोला मैं आपको फ्लैट दे दूंगा उसने 2020 से मेरे को फ्लैट दे दिया मैं 21 में फ्लैट बेचता हूं मैं होल्डिंग तो बिल्डिंग रेडी होने के बाद तो 1 साल ही है पर अलॉटमेंट लेटर से बोला 3 साल है तो पहले वो क्या था कि once you are having a flat you count 3 years from the date of possession. So earlier you had the right to acquire a property, now you are having property itself. But 2017 में law amended कि all the right to acquire same continuation possession बोला है तो your first date is to be taken into account and not the date of possession. So it will be taken in long term. As per the circular simplicity, the cost of land is integral part. वो आ गया उसमें. Whenever SSC who owned the house property sold the same and purchased another property in the name of his wife, ये जजमेंट किया पूरा 154 tax man 399. So wife, daughter-in-law, all are allowed. With SSC utilizes the sale consideration for another. मैंने property बेचा 5 करोड़ में. डॉक्टर की शादी करनी है, बेचो को फौरन भेजना है, मेरा 5 करोड़ खत्म हो गया. जब कैपिटल गेन में पैसा डालने का था, मैंने सुभाष भाई से बोरो किया और कहीं से बोरो किया, बैंक में डाल दिया और बैंक से ले लिया डाल दिया. और मैंने नया प्रॉपर्टी खरीद लिया लोन लेके या बैंक का लोन लिया then also I don't get about deduction. I will not use the same money. Source can be anything. The first money is used, second money can be I can borrow or do anything. We know that in India you can sell the property. Earlier law was, if I sell property in India under 54 or 54F, I was allowed to buy anywhere in the world. मैं सेल करता हूँ इंडिया में, अमेरिका में परचेज करता हूँ, दुबई में परचेज, all are allowed. Then law was amended, I will buy property in India only. So now I cannot buy Bangalore, I have to buy in India. So India का tax भर के I can remit, even मैं inherited property होगा तो $1 million. Or even मेरा own self acquired property also I can transfer India $1 million. That from that $1 million I can pay. वो now TDS आ गया 20%. So they sold the property and my 23% is already deducted. और every income tax related money is deducted. Then again वो 20% नहीं लगने वाला है. But for example, I'm sending clear money line in my account, then 20% TDS भी आ गया. Whether investment made in the new house property prior to the date of transfer of old house property eligible for deduction under section 54. Actually, position is important. I have booked flat with Raja 10 years back. But Raja gave me position in 2022. So that is date of my purchase. Long-term capital point of view, date of 2011 is important. But for the purpose of section 54, 54F, 54EC, there are the beneficial section. So they should be interpreted legally in favor of SSC. इधर भी SSC का पेपर मिलता है तो चलेगा. So अगर मेरे को कंसेशन 2022 में दिया है, बुकिंग 2011 का था और मैंने अभी गेन किया 2023 में, मेरे को डिडक्शन मिल जाएगा 1 ईयर अर्लियर का. और मेरे को अगले 2 साल में भी पैसा मिल रहा है, रेडीमेड हाउस का तो भी मिलेगा. एंड 3 साल में थोड़ा ध्यान रखने की जरूरत है. When I buy from the builder, building under construction. अभी I can go to builder, Raja builder, and tell him I want to buy the property. I want to get it 3 years back. And he said, no, OC आ गया ले लो. If OC is received at the date of my purchase, then 2 years only applicable and not 3 years. But when I purchase building are under construction, and before 3 years get over, OC received, मेरा काम हो गया. ये तो इनपुट छोटा. So 3 years will start. When we talk about 3 years, the time of purchase is to be under construction. OC आना नहीं चाहिए. वो OC आ गया तो मेरा 2 साल शिफ्ट हो जाएगा.
See, the concept of municipal corporation very from state to state, right? Doesn't say anything about the OC. No restrictions.
Sorry, see, but
The act doesn't say anything about the
it says it should be habitable.
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 So even if the OC is not receivable.
नहीं किसी आर्किटेक्ट सर्टिफाई की बिल्डिंग इज हैबिटेबल, व्हाट इज सफिशिएंट. लेकिन वो आईटो नहीं समझेगा. आईटो OC कम हुआ तो यहाँ तक बोलता है कंप्लीशन सर्टिफिकेट लेके आओ, और कंप्लीशन सर्टिफिकेट आता ही नहीं है बहुत बड़ा आधी बिल्डिंग को. इनकम टैक्स एक्ट में नहीं हुआ, प्रैक्टिस में यूज होता है. बहुत सारी चीज है. आपका ये क्या बोलते हैं इसको, पीक सिस्टम, पेनी स्टॉक, ये किधर इनकम टैक्स में है. और प्रैक्टिस में एवरीडे दिन में 40 बार पेनी स्टॉक की बात करते हैं. कोई भी क्लाइंट आता है, मैंने कैश डिपॉजिट किया, कैश विड्रॉ किया, मैंने ये किया, मैंने पता किया, अब वो पीक होने के हिसाब से स्टेटमेंट बना दे. सो इनकम टैक्स में नहीं, वो प्रैक्टिस में चल रहा है. मतलब सेक्शन से कि व्हेन यू परचेज अ हाउस मींस व्हाट, it should be habitable. Okay.
Even if the OC is.
Not this year, mentally you're ready to fight. Yes.
Sir, sometimes OC is even the house is not habitable.
म्युनिसिपल के हिसाब से हाउस OC आया, हम काम हो गया. मतलब आपको एग्जांपल बताऊं, एक मेरा केस आया था, आपकी बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग किस्सा. एक आदमी ने API B सेक्शन था, आपको मालूम होगा 1997 में there was a law, if you build or construct any building, area of plot is more than 1 acre, area of flat is less than 1000 square feet, he sell one flat to one family, commercial as per BMC 5%, 10% whatever allowed within that limit, then profit of the building was 100% accepted. Accepted completely. Now question came, वो उसका डेट था लास्ट 31 मार्च 2011 के अंदर मेरा क्लाइंट को OC लेके आया और we claim the deduction. 50% flats were not even sold that time, and total deduction of 10 years was more than 3,000 crore रुपए ATIB का. Now question came, उसका असेसमेंट आया स्कूटी में, ऑफिसर done the survey of that party, district valuation officer को बुलाया, when they are done a measurement which was less than 1000 square feet, and when the department valuer and value certified, yes, building is habitable, less than 1000, more than 1 acre plot, construction completed within this year and that year and everything, and reduction was allowed to be. That was in 2012. 2013 में उसको रेड आया इनकम टैक्स का. रेड आके अगेन वैल्यूअर वेंट देयर, एंड वैल्यूअर से एरिया ऑफ ईच फ्लैट इज 1775 स्क्वायर फीट. 1775, छोटा मोटा नहीं. They say building is not even completed today. It's still working going on. Lifts are not installed. Firefighting equipment is not there. Water connection is not there. Line connection is not there. और जब OC आया होगा 2011 में, तो they have to take approval of 12 government department. Firefighting, police, fire brigade, water, electricity, lift, and architect to certify and because all the 12 agencies of various agencies and then OC आता है. तो उससे पहले लिया होगा तो ही OC आया. डिपार्टमेंट से कि भाई हम तुमको टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया का पहला रिट में डालता है. Municipal corporation also will not do that. So he agreed to declare that point of time 600 crore rupees. Second, हमको मिला. हमको मिला section talks about only OC. ITO cannot travel beyond OC. बिल्डिंग लिफ्ट लगा के नहीं लगा वो म्युनिसिपैलिटी का प्रॉब्लम है, इनकम टैक्स का प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. So we rejected this statement. ITO made an addition. Matter came before CITP. CITP again does the measurement. And he said, no, like a flat, 50% flats are below 1,000, 50% flat is above 1,000. So he allowed 50% below 1,000 का. Matter came before tribunal. Tribunal में first हमारा point ये चल रहा कि sir whether ITO can travel beyond the OC. Section said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. और डिपार्टमेंट का वैल्यूअर है वैल्यू दिस आइटम. फर्स्ट वैल्यूअर तो वो भी नहीं था और कोई आदमी नहीं था. He said less than 1,000. एक साल बाद दूसरा रिव्यू आके बोलता more than 1,000. So उसके हमको एक पॉइंट और मिल गया कि फर्म वाज आल्सो डिसॉल्व एंड इंटीमेशन हैज गिवन टू द फर्म टू आईटीओ एंड दैट इंटीमेशन हैज गिवन सो असेसमेंट वाज मेड इन द नेम ऑफ द फर्म व्हिच इज ऑलरेडी देयर. तो वो पॉइंट पे मेरे को डील मिल गया कि फर्म इज ऑलरेडी देयर टू कैन असेस ऑन द डेट पर्सन. उसको असेसमेंट करना था पार्टनर के ऊपर पर आईटीओ ने असेसमेंट किया फर्म के ऊपर और माइनर टाइम टेबल तक लेटर गया तो टाइम हो गया था. आईटीओ के ऊपर बट 1700 फुट का डिपार्टमेंट बोलता है हाउ टू रिकंसाइल the full value of the value because हमको मालूम था लो कोर्ट में जाएगा हाई कोर्ट में जाएगा मेरिट पहला होगा तो ज्यादा अच्छा है. तो मेरिट में भी प्रूफ कि सर सेक्शन आई नो बी ऑफ कोर्स दिस इज आल्सो इंटरकनेक्टेड. सेक्शन सेज कारपेट एरिया एट अ फ्लोर लेवल सो यू कैन नॉट काउंट एनीथिंग व्हिच इज बिलो द फ्लोर लेवल. तो सेक्शन में ये लिखा है एक बिल्ट अप एरिया मींस कारपेट एरिया एट अ फ्लोर लेवल एंड कॉमन एरिया एक्सक्लूडिंग कॉमन एरिया इंक्लूडिंग कॉमन वॉल. Sorry, including wall and the excluding common area. तो हमने बोला सर बालकनी यूज करें 6 इंच नीचे. वो बोला 200 फुट का मिला 200 फुट अभी 600 फुट नहीं है भैया डिस्कसिंग प्रिंसिपल. सो फ्लैट लेवल से 6 इंच नीचे बालकनी वो इंक्लूड करो. फ्लावर बेड 200 फुट का है वो 11 इंच नीचे उसको इंक्लूड करो. एंड टू काउंट कारपेट लेवल फ्लोर लेवल. तो रूम के अंदर जो कपाट बनाने के लिए साइड में नो एक 2 फुट का प्लेटफॉर्म बना दे. दिस इज ऑन द फ्लोर लेवल दिस इज 2 फ्लोर 2 फीट ऑन द फ्लोर. उसको एक्सक्लूड करो. वॉल को एक्सक्लूड करो कॉमन एक्सक्लूडिंग कॉमन एरिया. तो दो फ्लैट के बीच का कॉमन वॉल दैट यू एक्सक्लूड. ऐसा करके हम 9999.75 का एंड सक्सेसफुल एक्चुअली. सो इनकम टैक्स तो ऐसा ही नहीं सर कैसा आप उसको अच्छा ब्यूटी ऑफ दैट एवरी पॉइंट कारपेट एरिया में ये होगा फ्लोरिंग बालकनी हर पॉइंट में लोगों 6 जगह में फेमस में मिल गए. तो टेबल के we have to follow the table statement.
Question was different. What I'm saying is that
ये आपका क्वेश्चन हो गया पूरा दूसरे कोड पे आ गया.
you are talking about the OC, right? Now, you see the concept is not there in income tax. In the act, there is no mention about the OC. So if my client has purchased under construction, only OC is received, but it's not habitable.
ये ओसी किसी में हैबिटेबल हो गया सर. ओसी आ गया हैबिटेबल. सॉरी
The act does not mention that if the OC is received, it is considered to be.
सब मैं बात प्रैक्टिकली बात करता हूँ. ओसी आ गया मींस म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन 50 एंगल से देखता है एंड दे वेरीफाई एटलीस्ट 12 ओसी आर्किटेक्ट सर्टिफिकेट एंड फ्लैट इज हैबिटेबल. अब उसमें जो मेरी लिफ्ट म्युनिसिपल थोड़ा हैबिटेबल है और हमको इनकम टैक्स भी बोला हैबिटेबल है. इनकम टैक्स बोला वहां पे जो वर्कर का काम चल रहा था हमने बोला था बिल्डिंग है 50 फ्लोर का उसी में लिया 40 फ्लोर का 10 फ्लोर का काम तो चल ही रहा है. मैं भी बोलता हूँ वर्कर काम कर रहे हैं पर 40 फ्लोर मतलब लिफ्ट किधर ऐसा लिफ्ट था वो रिपेयर हो गया है. लाइट पानी वैसा लाइट तो भी ये म्युनिसिपैलिटी बोलता लाइट मिल गया इलेक्ट्रिसिटी वाला बोलता लाइट मिल गया पानी वाला बोलता हमने लाइट दे दिया तो थोड़ा वो लाइट वो आईटी नहीं नजर आता तो मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ. वो प्रैक्टिस में वो प्रॉब्लम हुई क्या तो विदाउट उसी आप बोलेंगे उसी मिल गया तो कलर 2 साल में लगेगा 3 साल में जाएंगे नहीं आप. पर ओनली परचेज
he's under construction, 2 years or over, so nearing to the third year, he put it like under construction plan. And it was not at all habitable, no flooring, nothing was there, only four walls were there. So can you not argue that proceed principle is not there in the income tax act, it's still under construction?
सब लॉन्ग फाइट होगा, इजीली नहीं मिलेगा आपको, लॉन्ग फाइट होगा। चार्जेस मतलब उसको बेटर करो ना, पहले वाली डेट में एलोटमेंट डेट उसको ले लो ना यार, 10,000 20,000 दिया था। सॉरी तो बिल्डर चेंज करके दूसरे के लेना पड़ेगा। पूरे लिटिगेशन लंबा हो गया तो फिर क्या है, उसको बात करें हमने क्या okay, okay, fine, very good. No, thank you. So midday given extra 15 minutes. So now friends, we come to KG class. Already we have discussed even 4 flat attached to each other, ऊपर नीचे 8 floor, 16 floor, 20 floor, जजमेंट का लगाया बहुत सारा KG class and various other things. Then you can go through. But two different building is not there.
The agreements are different. Like suppose if we have
हाँ चलेगा, अलग-अलग फ्लोर है तो अलग-अलग एग्रीमेंट होगा। सेम फ्लोर पे अगर एक एग्रीमेंट लेंगे तो लिटिगेशन का चांस बिल्कुल नहीं है।
but two agreements,
मेरे क्लाइंट अभी किया 15-20 दिन पहले, he can buy only one flat. Amount involved was 275 crore. और कोई भी फ्लैट 30-40 करोड़ के ऊपर जाता नहीं है। He purchased 12 फ्लैट, 32, 33, 34, 35 फ्लोर। हर एक फ्लोर पे 3 फ्लैट। ऐसा करके 12 फ्लैट किया। इंटरनल लिफ्ट लगा दिया, कैप्सूल लिफ्ट। स्टेयरकेस बना दिया इंटरनल। जो मार्केट से उसको तोड़ के वापस दोगे तो 12 फ्लैट करके ही बेचता है 3 साल के बाद में। तो हेलो डिडक्शन क्या चीज
2 different flats if I make one agreement.
तो एक चीज बता के क्या है, नया वाला बिल्डर उसको करके अब बोले कि हमको एक ही फ्लैट चाहिए, एक ही एग्रीमेंट चाहिए, इसे तो बीएससी पे प्लान अग्रीमेंट करा के एक ही फ्लैट का 12 माले का मतलब 12 फ्लैट का एंड कैप्सूल लिफ्ट लगा दिया, उसने स्टेयरकेस बना दिया और हमने एक ही एग्रीमेंट किया। हमने बोला 12 फ्लैट का नंबर मत लिख, टोटल एरिया लिख दे, फ्लैट ऑन दिस फ्लोर ये एरिया। वो बोला उसको पैसा चाहिए, तो बोला 275 करोड़ देने वाला कौन मिलता है, वो इसको करने का है।
Sir, if the flat was purchased.
इधर मिडिल हाँ
Sir, if the flat was purchased in 2011 and it went into redevelopment in 2013 and then the construction was completed in say April 23 and the OC was also received in April 23 and it was sold say in November 23. So it will be a short-term capital gain or long-term capital gain. So
original purchase in 2011
yeah,
completed in 13
the redevelopment in 13 started.
started okay
And redevelopment completed and OC received in April 23 for 10 years. So if it is sold in November 23, within 6 months of OC and possession, will it be short-term capital gain or long-term capital gain?
अब ऐसा होगा आफ्टर पोजीशन यू आर सपोज्ड टू कीप फॉर 3 इयर्स, आपने नहीं होगा
हाँ,
करेक्ट, तो जो बेनिफिट आपने पहले लिया है उसके अंदर वो आपका एड बैक हो जाएगा कॉस्ट के अंदर।
okay,
तो 2022 का व्हाटएवर वैल्यू इज देयर दैट विल बी यूज्ड बाय दैट फिगर।
okay,
और सेकंड ऑप्शन यू कंप्यूट द लॉन्ग टर्म कैपिटल गेन एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, इनडायरेक्टली योर कैपिटल गेन वाज देयर ऑन दैट डे।
correct, correct,
एग्जेक्ट था कि क्या था अलग बात है,
हाँ,
तो बिकॉज़ ऑफ एग्जेप्शन, बिकॉज़ यू से री इन्वेस्टेड,
right,
तो एग्जेप्शन पार्ट आके कैपिटल गेन का बची हो गया,
हाँ,
कॉस्ट सेटल हो गया।
right,
So that capital gain is taxable, that gain is taxable. So you take that long-term capital gain in this year, then आपका cost of management है तो if you are going to tax on that capital gain in this year, वो चीज है,
correct,
and then work out short-term capital gain on extra amount उसके बाद भी कुछ मिला है क्या?
right,
So बाकी after 22-23 के बीच में whatever depreciation there, that will be short-term,
that will be fine.
that will be long-term and you pay the tax.
Oh,
और अजूम करो कि आपने 2 साल के बाद बेचा, अजूम करो तो 22 में मिला, 24 में बेचा, then new capital gain will also will be long-term.
right,
But पहले वाला आपको 3 साल रखने का तो आपने रखा नहीं है, so that capital gain whatever you saved 2 years back has to be paid, and if you save after 3 years तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं कोई तरह का।
oh, thank you.
ये इसका भी आप मेरे नोट में आपको मिल जाएगा जवाब, मैंने लिखा है, एक पूरा एग्जांपल लगाया है उसको।
Sir,
हाँ
I
जी।
have one question on rural agriculture. Sir, the rural agricultural land is determined based on the municipal limits. Like who would
नेक्स्ट उधर ही आ रहा हूँ सर, मेरा दो टॉपिक इंपॉर्टेंट है क्या, same agriculture land and compulsory acquisition में वो ढूंढ रहा हूँ किधर है लेकिन पेपर खींच लिया था आगे पीछे हो गया सर अभी न्यू डेवलपमेंट में टच नहीं करता हूँ अपना वो ये है एक्स्ट्रा एरिया रेंट का मैंने बोला है कि रेंट में अगर आपको 1 लाख महीना मिलता है यानी उसमें ओनली 80,000 20,000 will be taxable as income from other sources but recently term में बहुत सारे डिसीजन किए कि रेंट आल्सो इज एक्सेप्टेड so but principally मेरे कोड में नहीं घुस रहा है but if you rely on the terminal decision that also is exempted but fairness will be कि rent 1 लाख मिला है मेरे को दूसरा I have another house I'm not paying anything the whole 1 lakh will be taxable in my group if I'm paying more than 1 lakh 20,000 more than 1 lakh then of course no income left over if I'm paying less than 1 lakh the difference will be taxable but tribunal decided number of cases that are following also so one can take a chance rent का वो पोर्शन है एरिया का अपन डिस्कस कर लिया 54 एफ पे ज्यादा एरिया मिलता है कम एरिया मिलता है एग्जांपल भी ले लिया आई विल नॉट बॉदर जस्ट नाउ hardship allows also we now counted as part of the consideration which earlier was exempted if builder give you some money as a reimbursement of expenses एक बिल्डिंग है यहाँ पे वर्ली में वो बोलता है हम क्वार्टरली सब मेंबर ताजी मीटिंग में मीटिंग करेंगे गवर्नमेंट कैसा चल रहा है बिल्डर से करो जो खर्चा होगा मेरे को दे देंगे तो एक बार सोसाइटी को पेमेंट करती है 2 लाख रुपया बिल्डर से 2 लाख मिल जाता है तो मेरे को reimbursement expenses is there for example society employee manager architect advocate and we need to be reimbursed by builder ऐसा agreement है but the builder will not pay TDS but the society pay the money to the advocate or chartered accountant उसको TDS लग जाएगा तो contractor में 1% है rent में 10% है and when builder gives you rent he is also not supposed to get any TDS because he is giving you reimbursement for the rent but when you pay the rent if he is liable you have to pay tax बहुत सारा सोसाइटी में बिल प्रॉब्लम आता है जैसे हमारा सिंकिंग फंड है 100 करोड़ रुपया एंड 100 करोड़ रुपए में अभी तो फ्लैट है 100 तो रेट इज होंगे ईच पर्सन इज कंट्रीब्यूटेड 1 करोड़ रुपए सब मैंने रीसेल में भी लिया होगा तो भी उसका कंट्रीब्यूशन हो गया नया बिल्डिंग का 300 फ्लैट बनेगा तो 200 तो नया मेंबर आएगा भाई दे एंजॉय माय मनी तो सोसाइटी लीगली कैन नॉट डिस्ट्रीब्यूट मनी ऑफ सोसाइटी वो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कैन टेक प्लेस 25% ऑफ द शेयर कैपिटल अब सोसाइटी का शेयर कैपिटल होगा 250 रुपया 500 रुपया आ जाता है अभी 5,000 का 25% मिलेगा क्या 250 रुपये मिलेगा 1 करोड़ खत्म हो गया so now what is way out we make agreement for the builder in such a way कि society will contribute under construction 100 crore रुपए तो सब given हो गया and whatever hardship allowance is given to the member that we will give more to the all members तो आपको पैसा घर से आ गया और फंड भी खत्म हो गया otherwise if you don't do this thing then whatever fund is there न्यू कमिटी में न्यू मेंबर या तो वो बिल्डिंग अलग बनेगा उसका सोसाइटी अलग होगा तो बात ही अलग हो गया if they are same building में वो आपको भी फ्लोर you got there members also करते हो उसको आपको और उस हिसाब से उनका भी राइट हो जाएगा इधर अभी मैं आ जाता हूँ सीधा उसके ऊपर एग्रीकल्चर लैंड में ऐसा हुआ है originally law was if your land is situated 8 kilometers away from municipal corporation and population of that village is less than 10,000 rupees then there was no tax ये हमारा वेल सेटल हो गया but now what happened municipal corporation is expanding पहले बंडली मतलब ये विरार वसई से गांव जो 20 किलोमीटर पड़ता था पहले बाउंड्री इतना एक्सटेंड होते जा रहा है कि 4 किलोमीटर आ गया और more than 200 villages are merged with the Virar Vasai Municipal Corporation. Same thing for Meera Bhaingar, same for Thana. इधर से कल्याण उल्लासनगर एक्सटेंड होते जा रहा है डोंबिवली तो वो सिचुएशन में जो लोगों को पहले जो 8 किलोमीटर का बात था वो भी नियर आ गया तो उनको तो पहले डिडक्शन मिलता था बंद हो गया सो दैट लॉ वाज अमेंडेड एंड दैट लॉ सेज दैट एक तो वो तो नहीं है 10,000 पॉपुलेशन 8 किलोमीटर तो एकदम टूटे नहीं है the subclause B is added and B may say if your land is situated beyond 2 kilometers from the municipal corporation and population of municipal corporation is more than 10,000 but less than 1 lakh तो 10,000 के नीचे तो म्युनिसिपैलिटी बनेगी भी नहीं पंचायती रहती है तो इनका पॉपुलेशन इज मोर देन 10,000 लेस देन 1 lakh and agricultural land is situated 2 kilometers away from your municipal corporation boundary then capital gain is exempted. If within 2 kilometers, it is taxable. If population is more than 1 lakh but less than 10 lakh, then the 2 kilometers is extended to 6 kilometers. So within 6 kilometers कुछ नहीं होगा taxable है. Beyond 6 kilometers no tax. In population of earlier what we used to say population of village. वो तो है, but now we have to count population of municipal corporation also. The population of municipal corporation is more than 10 kilometers, sorry, more than 10 lakh, and land is situated beyond 6 kilometer, then आपका exempted होगा, otherwise taxable होगा. और ओल्ड वाला तो सेम एंटिटी है ही है. नाउ अभी देखना पड़ेगा कौन सा म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन पकड़ने का. तो वो विलेज के सबसे नियरेस्ट म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन कौन सा है वो देखना पड़ेगा. मतलब अपन समझो वसई विधार का पकड़ रहे हैं बाई में, और वो विलेज के पास में दूसरा थाना जल्दी नजदीक आता है कोई कारण से, अच्छा एग्जांपल बोलता हूं मैं, या डोंबिवली नजदीक आता है या कल्याण से नजदीक आता है, देन यू टू टेक दैट कॉर्पोरेशन नियरेस्ट म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन. तो दिस इज अ मेजर अमेंडमेंट. देन उसको टैक्स नहीं लगेगा, whether it is short term या long term या कोई भी टर्म हो, नो टैक्स. एकदम क्लियर. नो कंपल्सरी एक्विजिशन. कंपल्सरी एक्विजिशन में क्या होता था, अप टू 31 दिसंबर 2013 if government acquire anything, it can be agricultural land, it can be non-agricultural land, it can be building, it can be anything, and then government acquire either for public purposes या आर्मी होती थी, वॉर हुआ था चाइना के साथ या पाकिस्तान के साथ, तो जो मकान खाली पड़ा होता आर्मी का आदमी घुस जाते थे, या जो कमर्शियल ऑफिस खाली पड़ता था उसके अंदर ऑक्यूपाई कर लेते थे रिक्रूटमेंट के हिसाब से, ये वो सब. देन इफ यू एक्वायर, गवर्नमेंट एक्वायर फॉर एनी पब्लिक पर्पसेस एनीथिंग अप टू 31 दिसंबर, दैट वाज टैक्सेबल. Taxable when you receive the money, not when government acquire. When government acquire, will pass the award. Government simply say this property went to the central government now, this property went to the state government now, and accordingly tax लगता था. इसमें एकदम आपको देने वाला हूँ, इसके बाद पहले बता दूं मैं क्या है. Then if 1st January 2014 onwards law is amended कि government acquire anything is not taxable at all. It can be building, it can be flat, it can be office, it can be agricultural land, it can be anything. So कभी टैक्स ही नहीं है तो आपको अभी पैसा मिलेगा वो भी टैक्स नहीं है, 6 महीने बाद मिलेगा वो भी टैक्स नहीं है, 10 साल बाद मिलेगा वो भी टैक्स नहीं है. But in property already acquired before 31 December 2030 under Compulsory Acquisition Act, तो आपको टैक्स लगता था. और वो पार्ट में आपको यू हैव मेड सम केस देखो, और अभी आपसे जो 2023 के अंदर आपको पैसा मिल रहा है, 13 के पहले नहीं गया था बहुत, उसके बाद आपने बोला नहीं मेरे को कल मिला ज्यादा हुआ, तो अभी और मिल रहा है. then that will be taxable if property acquired before 31st December 2013. if any property acquired, acquisition मतलब अवार्ड पास हुआ, if any award, and when government sometime whatever with अवार्ड पास करेगा, वर्किंग करेगा, पैसा देगा, तो 2 साल का गैप निकलता है. but many time government wants urgently, समझो चाइना के साथ वॉर चल रहा है या पाकिस्तान के साथ वॉर चल रहा है, they want to acquire right now, they can't wait for award and various procedure, then government has to pay you 80% immediately and they can acquire that amount of time. तो 80% में टैक्स आपको वो टाइम लगेगा, बैलेंस दे व्हेन यू गिव यू 20% वो टाइम लगेगा. 1 जनवरी 14 के बाद तो कुछ कोई टैक्सेबल नहीं है. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट 31 दिसंबर 2013 में एक्वायर किया कुछ, 80% आपको दे दिया, 20% बाद में दिया, और उसके बाद और दिया, और उसमें अवार्ड भी कुछ भी नहीं है, तो मूवमेंट यू सी द मनी वाला है टू पे द टैक्स. सो एग्रीकल्चर लैंड का मेरे ख्याल से क्लियर हो गया, एग्रीकल्चर ये कंपल्सरी एक्विजिशन का क्लियर हो गया, सबके बहुत सारे जजमेंट्स हैं मैंने सब डाले हुए इसके अंदर.
Rural agricultural land, who will certify this distance from the municipality? Like, use Google for that?
इसमें भी अच्छा केस में मैं आपको भी बता देता हूँ. एक्चुअली यू हैव टू सी फॉर गूगल ओनली एरिया डिस्टेंस. जब 37 आई था हमारा केस आया था डोंबिवली का, एक आदमी ने डोंबिवली में होते 50 स्क्वायर फीट तक बना सकते थे. 25 किलोमीटर फ्रॉम म्युनिसिपल बॉम्बे, दिल्ली, कलकत्ता, मद्रास, 4 जगह में 1000 स्क्वायर फीट था. इसके अलावा 25 किलोमीटर उसके बाहर है तो 1500 स्क्वायर फीट था. तो डोंबिवली में एक बिल्डर ने 1500 स्क्वायर फीट का फ्लैट बनाया. इसी टाइम को असेसमेंट उसका हुआ था थाना में. तो थाना में ऑफिसर ने बोला कि भाई ये तो 25 किलोमीटर, ये 1000 किलोमीटर, 1000 स्क्वायर फीट का लिमिट है, आप 1500 कैसे कर रहे हैं. देन ही सेड सर मेरा तो डोंबिवली में है, और डोंबिवली बॉम्बे से 25 किलोमीटर दूर है, तो उसे प्रूव करो. तो उन्होंने रेल डिस्टेंस निकाला तो 28 किलोमीटर आया, रेल डिस्टेंस निकाला तो भी 27-28 किलोमीटर आया. किलोमीटर सुनी क्या, किलोमीटर आया, सर किलोमीटर आया. आईटीओ बोलता है कि एरियल डिस्टेंस गोवा उड़ के जा सकता है 25 किलोमीटर लेस में, उसके हिसाब से 17 किलोमीटर आया. तो हमने बोला सर उड़ के जा सकता है, आदमी तो उड़ के नहीं जाएगा, उड़ से जाएगा ट्रेन में जाएगा, आपको इंडिया ही पकड़ना पड़ेगा. आईटीओ ने हमारा माना नहीं, ऐड कर दिया. मेटरमेंट अप टू ट्रिब्यूनल. एंड टर्मिनल भी बोला हाँ कौवा तो उठ के जा सकता है, 25 किलोमीटर में होना चाहिए, हमारा केस में डिसाइड था। But tax are very less, so the party also not bother paying the taxes. उसके बाद पेट्रोल में जजमेंट आए कि भाई अगर आदमी तो रोड से जाएगा या ट्रेन में जाएगा, उठ के तो आएगा नहीं किधर से भी, तो कौवा जा सकता है, आदमी तो नहीं जा सकता, इंसान तो नहीं जा सकता है। वो then literal अपनी वजह लो and 25 किलोमीटर और रोड और ये अपना ट्रेन whatever road that was taken. But अभी इन्होंने बोल दिया लॉ के अंदर ही लिखा है कि एनुअल डिस्टेंस यू टू टेक, एनुअल डिस्टेंस भी गूगल मैप से ही लेना पड़ेगा। और फर्दर आपका लैंड जो है वहां की पॉपुलेशन कितनी है, कंपल्सरी एग्रीकल्चर का अलग बात हो गया, पर एग्रीकल्चर लैंड समझो, कंपल्सरी एग्रीकल्चर तो कुछ भी लैंड होगा, एनएच भी एग्जेम्प्टेड है, पर समझो इंडस्ट्रियल लैंड है, तो अभी एग्रीकल्चर लैंड में कैसे प्रूव करने का, क्या होता था क्या नहीं होता था, तो पटवारी गांव का होता है, ही इज द राइट पर्सन, ही मेंटेन फुल रिकॉर्ड, यहाँ पर होता क्या है, तो समझो कोई ऐसी जमीन है जहाँ पे खेती होती नहीं है, घास होती है, वो भी खेती एग्रीकल्चर है, वो भी मिलता है, और पटवारी को सर्टिफाई करना पड़ेगा कि वहां की पॉपुलेशन कितनी है, तो 2011 का सेंसस लेना पड़ेगा, या उसके बाद तो सेंसस में कल 21 में तो होगा नहीं है शायद, तो 11 का सेंसस पकड़ के और ये आपको ये पकड़ना पड़ेगा। एनी क्वेश्चन?
Sir, ये distance के लिए can we change the certification from the मामलतदार और someone individually?
यस 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 यस, वो बोलेगा घास उगता है वो भी सफिशिएंट है, अभी और वहां पे क्या है एग्रीकल्चर लैंड में शॉर्ट टर्म लॉन्ग टर्म भी इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है। मेरा क्लाइंट था उसने मैडम किधर गई, 2-5 मिनट चल जाएगा ना,
क्वेश्चन है
चलेगा ना, हाँ क्यों नहीं, ठीक है, हाँ हाँ कर हाँ, तो एनी क्वेश्चन सब बोलिए।
सर एग्रीकल्चर लैंड में उसका रेवेन्यू दिखाना कंपलसरी होता है?
एक्चुअली क्या होता है एग्रीकल्चर लैंड में ऐसा होता है क्योंकि आदमी रेवेन्यू दिखाता नहीं है, और कंपलसरी नहीं, आप बोले साहब लॉस था मैंने दिखाया ही नहीं, तो अपन लोग जो सीए लोग या अपना व्यापारी लोग खेती करने के लिए प्रॉफिट होता नहीं है, ये तो होता नहीं है सच्ची में, खेती जो होगी वहां तो आदमी बोलेगा साहब तो कौन खा के गए या कबूतर खा के गए, फ्रूट होएगा तो बोलेगा ये आके खा के गया, और आपका खर्चा बिल तो बराबर बेच जाएगा, इसके लिए इलेक्ट्रिक बिल ये बिल वो बिल सब आ जाएगा, और कभी मिस्टेक से इनकम हो गई तो एंड में ऐसा अकाउंट देगा कि आपको लगेगा कि 100-200 रुपया क्या लेने गए, छोड़ो, तो इनकम प्रैक्टिस में होता नहीं है, तो लेकिन इनकम टैक्स में सेक्शन तो है कि बी यूज फॉर द पर्पस ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर बाय एसएससी और पेमेंट, तो आपको वो सिचुएशन में अगर कोई इनकम है तो बताना चाहिए, नहीं तो बोलना था इनकम हुआ ही नहीं लॉस हुआ है, तो मैं नहीं बताया मैंने, तो चल जाएगा, तुम्हारा नहीं आएगा। कुछ लैंड ऐसी होती है जहाँ पे पानी नहीं होता, अभी मेरे बताता हूँ, मेरे केस में एक क्लाइंट ने छोटा छोटा 7-8 एकड़ लैंड लिया, एक लैंड, वेलकम बेटो, एक मैं दो तीन बोल, एक लैंड ऐसा था कि बीच में लैंड था उसका किसी का, और सराउंडिंग हमने ले लिया, और मेरे क्लाइंट ने वो लैंड से बेच दिया, वो बीच वाला नहीं होता, वो हमारा नहीं था, इसको मालूम नहीं था, परचेस ने इसका ही था, तो बेच के इसको पैसा मिला, तो बीच वाला आदमी खड़ा होगा ये मेरी जमीन आप कैसे बेच सकते हैं, वी परचेज आफ्टर दैट, आफ्टर सेल मैंने वो रिमेनिंग पार्ट भी लिया, तो आईटी ने बोला इसका तो बिजनेस है, ये तो एवरी ईयर 8-10 लैंड लेता है, 8-10 बेचता है, और ये बात एक आदमी को बेचा आफ्टर टेकिंग इनटू अकाउंट 8 छोड़ लैंड, तो हमने उधर बोला कि सर मैंने लैंड तो लिया था खेती करने के लिए, जब हमने ये लैंड लिया पर्टिकुलर, हमारे घर में तकलीफ से तकलीफ होने लगी, मेरी माँ की तबीयत खराब हो गई, मेरे फादर का हार्ट अटैक आ गया, मेरा बिजनेस में लॉस होने लगा, तो मैं पंडित के पास गया, बेंगलोर में पंडित है, उसका मैंने लिया, तो उसने बोला 2000 ईयर बैक यहाँ पे कुछ शमशान घाट था, अभी आदि बेंगलोर में, तो मैंने बेचा सर, अब बेटे मेरा नसीब अच्छा था, 20 करोड़ रुपया मैंने कमा लिया, तो उसको भी एक समझ दिया भैया प्रिवेंटेड बाय रीजनेबल कॉस्ट, घर का एक आदमी मर जाएगा उसको लैंड लेकर करेगा क्या लेंगे, और भाव बढ़ गया प्रॉफिट हो गया, हो गया। थैंक यू वेरी मच। हाँ
स्टैंडिंग चलेगा, हाँ चलेगा, थोड़ा चलेगा।
So thank you so much for this very interactive and wonderful session. I recognize the presence of our CCM and Vikasa chairpersons, Ma'am Piyush ji and Pinky ji. Before we propose the vote of thanks, we would like to felicitate our Vikasa chairperson, and also before that I would like to invite Piyush ji to say a few words.
Yes, Piyush. About yesterday's event, WRC has created the world record in Guinness Book of World Records, 5,034 People in their world language familiar. And the main Karta or Megata chairman, our PT madam. Yes, very good afternoon to everyone. First of all, I recognize congratulations to Purvi and the Vijayta both for a wonderful session. You all are serving and kudos to the speaker Vimal. And very good sir. Both perfect. Again, I will not make it paper. You will have it color sir. I will take away the mobile. Sir, और हम तो रोज देखते हैं कि टाइम में लोग खेलते हैं सर आगे बढ़ते हैं. So this is an honor for us. So it was a wonderful session. Of course, my congratulations to Vicky for her efforts. She has made a world record for WRC by making a mosaic of 5,030 people. And that was the highest number of student registration for the students event also. So Vicky, very congratulations to you. We working, hope we continue to do this. For the only institute that WRC has brought Lawrence. And more importantly, for JV, she represents JV ultimately everywhere. So congratulations to you. It's pleasure being amongst you, and I know this study system is always rocking. When I see an audience over here, हमेशा आपने जो सर आप WRC में भी देते हो मेरे ख्याल से इतनी गैदरिंग आपके कोई WRC के नोटिस में नहीं हो पाती है. It is only this study system where you will find it's always abstract. And therefore, I would congratulate once again for the super work which has been done by Mr. Madam. Thank you very much. Our friends, our members are our assets. So we treat them well. इसीलिए इतनी crowd अच्छे speaker सब आते हैं और इंडियन ने इतना बड़ा कमाल किया है. इसके लिए would like to felicitate her and request.
Pinky ji.
Okay. Okay. No, no.
फोटो कौन
पहले आपको कुछ है सर प्लीज मैडम प्लीज माय कैन विल यू ऑनर मैडम या पहले ऑनर करो फिर बोलना
पहले थैंक्स करना आप लोगों को बहुत जरूरी है. एक्चुअली मेरी जो बोले गाड़ी थी यहीं से हुई है. दिस इज माय कर्म भूमि. नींव यहीं पर डली है और ये हमारे जो पास्ट कन्वीनर है उन लोगों ने हमें पॉलिश किया है. तो बिग थैंक्स फॉर आवर पास्ट कन्वीनर्स और हमारी टीम को जिन्होंने हमें पॉलिश किया एंड उस लायक बनाया कि हम कुछ कर सकें. जब यहाँ पहले दिन आई थी देवी नगर स्टडी सर्कल में मैं भी ऐसे पीछे खड़ी थी. वहां से यहाँ तक का सफर बहुत बड़ा था लेकिन इन लोगों के सपोर्ट की वजह से ये हो पाया. और जो हमने ये वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड का सपना देखा जब मैं विकासा चेयरमैन बनी. हमारी विकासा टीम का जैसा होता है कि विकासा का जो चेयरमैन रहता है आप लोगों को पता है विकासा का फुल फॉर्म वेस्टर्न इंडिया चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट स्टूडेंट एसोसिएशन. उसमें चेयरमैन होता है वो सीए होता है. बाकी जो ऑफिस बेरर की पोस्ट होती है वाइस चेयरमैन सेक्रेटरी ट्रेजरर वो सीए स्टूडेंट्स ही होते हैं. तो हमारे लिए एक बड़ा चैलेंज था और हमारे वाइस चेयरमैन का सपना था कि मैडम वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड बनाना है अपने टेन्योर में. तो एक सीए स्टूडेंट होके वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड का सपना देखना आजकल के बच्चे उस लेवल तक हैं. तो मैंने उसको ये भी बोला कि अभी तो तुमने टीम चालू की है. तुम्हारी टीम में जो भी 12 लोग हैं किसी को तुम नहीं जानते हो. मैं किसी को नहीं जानती कैसे होगा. फिर भी हमने ये चैलेंज एक्सेप्ट किया और मैं इसलिए एक्सेप्ट कर पाई क्योंकि मुझे पता था मेरी पूरी जेबी नगर टीम मेरे साथ है. मैं उनको बोलूंगी तो आ जाएंगे. और वहां पर मैंने सिंसियरली कल इतने केसेस देखे देवी नगर के कि आई एम प्राउड ऑफ माय स्टडी सर्कल फॉर दैट. इवन हमने जो पास्ट हमारे स्टूडेंट कॉन्फ्रेंस में पास्ट प्रेसिडेंट्स का भी एक पैनल रखा था. तो कुछ टाइम मैनेजमेंट को लेके वहां की बात चल रही थी. तो मेंबर्स में या स्टूडेंट में थोड़ा टाइम आधा घंटा का इधर उधर चल रहा था. तो उनमें से सुनील तलाटी सर ने मुझे बोला कि मैडम आप लोग यंग पर्सन हो आप लोगों को टाइम का ध्यान रखना चाहिए. मैंने कहा सर जेवी नगर स्टडी सर्कल में हमें उसने तो मिली है ट्रेनिंग 8:45 मतलब 8:45 संडे हो तो भी 8:45 यदि 10 लोग भी हैं हम स्टार्ट कर देते हैं. उसके बाद सुनील सर ने एक शब्द नहीं बोला. बोले जेवी नगर में मैं जानता हूँ पिछले 10 सालों से उसका प्रोग्राम पूरा 8:45 पे स्टार्ट होता है और उसके टाइम के लिए मैं किसी से कुछ बोल नहीं सकता. तो ये स्टैंडर्ड हमारे स्टडी सर्कल में सेट किया हुआ है. कि जहाँ टाइम मैनेजमेंट की बात आती है, पब्लिक मैनेजमेंट की बात आती है, कोई जेबी नगर के बारे में कुछ भी 0.1% भी नेगेटिव नहीं बोलता। तो वो एक मुझे बहुत प्राउड फीलिंग देती है जब मैं ये बोलती कि मैं जेबी नगर से आई हूँ। मतलब उनके जो मेरे लिए विचार रहते हैं, जो अपवर्ड हो जाते हैं ना, तो वो और हिम्मत देते हैं कि नहीं, पूरी टीम इतने लोगों की 1500-2000 लोगों की टीम मेरे साथ है। तो ये एक बहुत प्राउड मोमेंट था हमारे लिए। कल सुबह तक भी हमें यही लग रहा था, पता नहीं हम कर पाएंगे कि नहीं कर पाएंगे, बट आप लोग सबके सहयोग से हमारी विकासा टीम को मैं नहीं भूलना चाहूंगी। 10-15 दिनों से वो कोई भी सोए नहीं है, कोई भी सोए नहीं है। इवन 2 दिन से तो हम लोग घर ही नहीं गए थे, खाली घर जाके चेंज करते थे, वापिस आ जाते थे। उन लोगों ने परसों रात को बैठ के पूरा हमने ग्राफ बनाया पार्किंग का। पहले हम लोगों ने सोचा था कि अंदर हॉल में ही करेंगे, लेकिन हॉल में जब हमने देखा ड्रोन से एक बार में 5000 लोगों को नहीं ले सकते, ऊपर में पिलर्स और वो सब थे, और एक शॉट में ड्रोन को जितना ऊपर जाना चाहिए उतना ऊपर नहीं जा सकता था क्योंकि वो कवर्ड था। तो परसों रात को हमने डिसाइड किया कि पार्किंग स्पेस में करना पड़ेगा। अभी नेक्स्ट में पार्किंग स्पेस के लिए बात करने गए, उसने बोला कि 2-2.5 लाख रुपए तो हम लेंगे। अभी 2-2.5 लाख रुपए दे और वो भी हमें श्योर नहीं कि हम कर पाएंगे कि नहीं कर पाएंगे। हम लोगों ने कहा कि चलो कुछ भी हो, किसी तरह से उसको चेयरमैन ने कहीं कहीं से लगा के सोर्स, हमने भी थोड़ी रिक्वेस्ट करी, 2 घंटे के लिए चाहिए, बच्चे थोड़े पीछे लगे। तो उन्होंने कहा ठीक है, आप मुझे मार्किंग करके दे दो कि आपको कितनी एरिया चाहिए, मैं पूरा पार्किंग नहीं दे सकता, आप मुझे मार्किंग करके दो। परसों रात को हम लोगों ने 12 बजे तक उसको मार्किंग करके दी, आउटलाइन पूरा एरिया निकाल के। नापने के लिए भी कुछ नहीं था, बच्चे जाके कहीं से रात को 10 बजे लेके आए, सब ग्राफ बनाया, सिर्फ आउटलाइन उसको मार्क करके दी कि इतनी स्पेस हमें दे देना, बाकी आप पार्किंग के लिए रख दो कि बाकी की जगह लोगों को प्रॉब्लम नहीं है पार्किंग करने की। सुबह 5 बजे फिर बच्चे आके पूरा उन लोगों ने वहां पे चेक करके ग्राफ बनाया कि कहाँ आईसीआई आएगा, क्योंकि आईसीआई यदि अच्छे से नहीं आता तो मेरा पूरा ह्यूमन मोजाइक हो जाता। ये हमने बनाया था वहां पे। तो ये सारे हमारे बच्चों ने मेहनत करी इतनी। सुबह 5 बजे से वो ट्रैक पैंट और टी शर्ट में आके धूप में 11 बजे तक उन्होंने ये आईसीआई की मार्किंग करी पूरी, कैसे कैसे लोगों को कहाँ से घुसाना है। मेंबर्स को ज्यादा देर खड़े नहीं रख सकते, तो पहले स्टूडेंट्स को सबको लिया, उसके बाद मेंबर्स को लिया। स्टूडेंट्स में भी पहले बॉयज को लिया, फिर गर्ल्स को लिया कि ये सब प्रॉब्लम नहीं हो। सीनियर सिटीजन के लिए अलग अरेंजमेंट किया था कि सबसे लास्ट में उन्हें खड़ा करेंगे। तो ये सारी प्लानिंग हमारी पूरी रात चली है। सो बट थैंक यू ऑल सीए मेंबर्स ऑल्सो। किसी ने भी मतलब 3-4 दिन पहले हमारे यहाँ 40 अंडर 40 का कुछ अवार्ड फंक्शन हुआ था सेंट्रल काउंसिल का। जब हमने प्रेसिडेंट सर भी आए थे तो उनसे ये शेयर करा कि हम मेंबर और स्टूडेंट मिला के ये करने वाले हैं। प्रेसिडेंट सर ने बोला था मेंबर्स को मत लेना, वो मेरे पास बहुत सारे ईमेल आने लग जाएगी कंप्लेंट के कि हमें धूप में खड़ा किया, तुम्हारे स्टूडेंट में होता है तो करो, नहीं तो छोड़ दो। मतलब सिंसियरली ये बात बोली थी उन्होंने। और हमारे चेयरमैन भी, मैडम कैसे करेंगे, अभी आप स्टूडेंट में देख लो, मैं मेंबर्स को तो नहीं बोल सकता। मैंने कहा ठीक है आप मत बोलना, मैं विकासा की तरफ से, मैं मेरे स्टूडेंट्स की तरफ से मैं अपील करूंगी उनको। और बताओ भगवान की कृपा या जो भी, सारे मेंबर इवन जो नहीं चल सकते थे अपने, आज आए कि नहीं आए, अपने जेडी नगर के मेंबर जो सीढ़ी चढ़ने में जिनको दिक्कत थी वो भी आए उधर, जो लाठी लेके और सब चल रहे थे वो भी आए। किसी को एक परसेंट भी किसी की कंप्लेन नहीं आई कि आपने धूप में क्यों खड़ा रखा। तो इसीलिए बहुत अच्छी, बहुत थैंक्स मैं बोलती हूँ आप लोगों को, मेंबर्स को, कि आप लोगों ने सबने अपना ही प्रोग्राम समझा, इसमें कोऑपरेट किया, क्योंकि एक या 2 बंदे से 5000 हम नहीं बन सकते थे। आप सब मिले तो वो 5000 बना। तो थैंक यू, इट्स अ प्राउड मोमेंट फॉर अस। और जैसा इस बार प्रेसिडेंट हर जगह बोलते हैं, आईसीआई में स्टार्ट भी आई से होता है, अंत भी हमें, शुरुआत भी हमें, इंडिया भी शुरुआत में आई है। तो ये थीम इसके लिए हमने सोची थी कि कुछ हमारे इंडिया का आईसीआई का नाम रोशन हो। और वो मुझे जितने गूज़बम्प आ रहे हैं अभी तक भी। सो थैंक यू अगेन फॉर बिलीविंग इन मी एंड सपोर्टिंग मी। थैंक यू।
Thank you very much, thank you madam, for bringing us together in the world record. आप जेडी नगर के तो हम भी वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड में पहुंच गए। So next convener please felicitate
Come here, पहले पीयूष जी का बुके से स्वागत करिए, इधर आइए। पहले आपका, सर आप भी तो इंस्ट्रूमेंट ये उनका सर का है, you were also instrumental, no? गाइडेंस तो आप लोगों का ही मिलता रहता है, हमेशा पीजी मैडम को और पूरे WIS से। Now convener please in that side. अरे कैसे सर फोटो खींच रहे हैं, क्या बात है, क्या ये बैठ रहा।
परवीन कपाड़िया जी, मैं वही बोल रही थी इनको, ये भी आए थे वहाँ पर, जबकि वहाँ जो जगह थी वहाँ 4-5-6
कृष्ण कुमार जी इंडिया, द बेटर हाफ ऑफ द पीके, इधर आइए। तो
आपसे लेता है।
फुल डे नाइट he was with her.
अभी इनको आप देख सकते हो, चलने में इतनी तकलीफ है, फिर भी ये 10 सीढ़ियाँ चढ़ के ऊपर आए।
He was saying that.
He was joining when you have to do the
Sir, please. Thank you. Please, sir. That's okay. So very good again.
speaker. Yeah, 59. एक स्टैंडिंग ओवेशन तो बनता है पीके के लिए आज। Now we Simaji, please be seated and नाश्ते का थोड़ा प्लीज chaos नहीं करिएगा, क्योंकि मैरिज सीजन में तो वो मिला नहीं है कोहिनूर हॉल फॉर दिसंबर, सो जनवरी में गॉट इट, तो आराम से करिए।
नाश्ता लेके सब लोग थोड़ा आगे आते जाइएगा, तो दे दो।
Okay. Now the vote of thanks. Thank you, CA Purvi, for giving me the opportunity to give the vote of thanks to the speaker. Please wait. Please wait for the vote of thanks. Thank you, CA Vimal Punmiya ji, for sharing valuable knowledge about the subject. You explained the issues in capital gain on immovable property in a lucid manner. The presentation was very much informative and members are really benefited. You answered all the queries raised by the members. You made this topic very interesting with the help of various practical case laws and cases. You shared the practical tips about the taxation of capital gain. I request all the members to carry out. I also recognize the presence of Piyush Chatterjee and and CA Venki ji for gracing the today's occasion. Thank you.
I would request the people sitting in the front few rows to take the breakfast after the people behind have taken. Otherwise, there will be no space.